Hypocrisy.
Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to Law-Splaining the Interwebs. I'm your host, Nick Rekieta of Rekieta Law, a small law firm in central Minnesota. 1 second. I have a fuzzy. Yes, lady? You need to hug me? Okay. Do I get a kiss? All right, get out of here. Thanks. Good night, lady. Okay. There we go. That's one of my little cuties. Not like that. God damn it. So I can't tell. I can't actually tell which Rumble channel I'm on. Which one am I on? Am I on the right one? I don't know. I don't actually know. I think so. But I think I set it up on the wrong one. I think Rumble fixed it in the back. And because I don't know how to do it. Oh, God. What a disaster. What a disaster. Anyway, cool. I'm on the gay one. Okay, that's right. Sometimes. What? Okay, good. Thank you, Ryan. I got a message from Ryan and I was like, oh, great. And then it turned out to be like a really good one. It turned out to be fantastic. So, okay, here we go, guys. Today, I've got this topic set up. Wait, should I do the Nina Infinity stream? What's up, guys? All right. We're going to do a show today. Got a little bit going on. I'll wear the glasses the whole time. You can see my fucking desk set up in lights. Monitors everywhere. Shit everywhere. Behind the fucking streaming studio. Okay. So, here we go. I was going to do this show. I wrote the title of this show, Darrell Brooks convicted because of racism, Cruz sentencing fireworks, and COVID amnesty for tyrants. And I was like, all right, this is going to be a great show. But then it happened and I had to scrap the show. And we got to do something completely different. Right? Are you guys ready for the big surprise? Can anybody guess what surprise show we're going to do instead of this? I'll give you guys a second to catch up. You tell me, because we're not going to do any of the topics I said I was going to do because something more important came up. Have you guys heard that Bronca and Fair and Balanced had a fight? Have you guys heard that? Oh my God. I think what we should do is go through it again and then go through the show going through it and then go through the next show going through it. And then maybe we can go through the show on tonight that's going through it as well. Let's do that. That'll be fun. We just do that. And everything will be great. I'm obviously lying. Fuck's sake. I'm just going to say it. Ryan, while you're here, will you please cut out my LawTube fucking segment from May or whenever that was, or June? I think it was May. Please clip that out so I can just upload it again. I'll record an intro video for it or whatever because we've got drama. Drama never changes. It's everywhere. It's everywhere. It's so fucking bad. It's so fucking stupid. Every single time, every community, everything that ever happens, it's always it's a fucking slow burning firestorm of shit. So anyways, we'll get that taken care of. Why am I always hostile towards you, Ryan? I'll tell you why. Because you want me to make phone calls and do texts and everything that I'm supposed to do. You're like my dad. Do something right, will you, son? No, Dad. Just want to sit on the internet and watch my streams. Leave me alone. Karamachet. I don't know how to say your name. What's up, girl? He can upload shit himself. And I won't publicly berate him on why he's not allowed to actually post the stuff that he uploads. But he definitely does upload stuff himself. But just know that he deserves a berating, but I won't say what it is. I want the lying and implying to take the reins on that one. They're not fighting you, Fat Fanoke. Oh yeah, sure. If you haven't figured out, you know what? Never mind. I'll just leave it where it is. I'm just going to leave it where it is. Here we go. Can I hire you as your assistant heavy on the ass? Why would I hire someone heavy on the ass? God, I want to say the joke. Oh, it's Rumble. I don't hire minorities. I'm kidding, of course. I don't hire anybody. Kate of the Swiss says, bring that gunt over here, Nick. No. So how was your day, Nick? It was pretty good. Okay. So some brief updates. The people are asking about my exclusivity deal. Look, I don't know what the timeline is on everything, but as soon as everything is in order, then I'll disclose all the details that I can. And that's great. Just know that things are moving along very, very well. And I can't wait to tell you guys all about it. But I will. But if you ask me every day, it's not going to help. It's not going to do anything because it's not like I'm not going to give this update every day because it's going to be the same thing. So don't worry about that for now. Next. Yes, Birch Gold Group has, for some reason, decided to re-up their sponsorship of the show for another month. I don't know what's wrong with them, but I like it. So Birch Gold will be doing Birch Gold ads through the month of November as well, which will be fantastic. Finally, I've started putting it in the description, even though it's already, like, you can already go there straight from Rumble. But this show and every show is made possible entirely by locals. RekietaLaw.locals.com. And when I say by locals, I don't mean by the company. I mean by the locals chat. The locals chat is the best chat on the internet. My locals chat is the best chat on the internet. If you go to some other gays locals chat, you probably won't be called the N-word. You probably won't receive various thirst pictures from mods. You probably won't get threats of violence sent to you. You probably won't see as many gifs of me being a fat piece of shit. But all of those happen in my locals chat. They're happening now. They're happening now. Except for now the Jew memes are coming. So, but it's every day. So on Rumble, it's in the description. You can click a link to go to rekietalaw.locals.com, but you can also click the join button, which will take you to the locals page to join it. Just don't do it from your phone. Do it from a browser. If you're on your phone, do it from a browser, but do it from a browser. Save yourself a couple bucks and do it from a browser. It's the best way to enjoy the show. They add so much content to this. They add so much content to the show for me. And that's what's important is, am I having fun? And I wasn't having fun when they called me fat, but that's okay. All right. That's kind of the update, but we are going to go through an article talking about how Darrell Brooks was convicted because of racism, which is true, I think. And I'm actually now persuaded, and I want Darrell Brooks to be released from his prison sentence that was unjustly doled down on him by the whites. And then we've got, there's a whole bunch of really fiery clips from the Nicholas Cruz sentencing hearing today because, he shot a bunch of people and they get to talk about it. And so we've got some of the clips. Frankly, I'm just going to steal Law and Crimes content, but I'm going to comment on it, which will make it better. So we're going to do that. And then I'm going to get to that COVID Amnesty article. Of course, because we got to get through all of it. God damn it. Guys, so you know how horrific my locals chat is. One of the locals employees, I've been telling them about some bugs that are in the chat and some glitches. And I sent a video of the glitching and stuff so they could better understand it. But they're doing some testing. And so they wanted to make sure they understood the issue. And so they went into my chat and they're like, do you think your chat's going to mind having like a locals person in there? I was like, no, my chat will be super happy that locals is here working on the product and everything's going to be fine. Oh my God. The amount of abuse that got hurled at that poor locals employee who's super nice all the time, nicest person ever. They're just dropping fucking heat all over the place. Immediately, fed, balls or no balls, spit or swallow. Like, oh my God, calm down. It was terrible. And no apologies. Because again, the locals community at rekietalaw.locals.com is the greatest community that exists. And I wouldn't want to be anywhere else. Nowhere else at all. Hydro PX, would Rumble allow you to hang yourself on stream? I need to get hard. Well, if you need to get hard, you got to buy Bronca's book, lawofselfdefense.com/get hard. I think that still works. I don't know if that's actually true. But I guess the question is, after, like, if I got out of the hanging, like somehow lived through it. Well, because I'm too big, right? I'm too fat, so the rope would break. But after that happens, would they ban me or not? I think that's the question. We'll have to maybe test the limits of Rumble's no censorship policy. And I'm here for it. I'm here for it. I've got that whip that what's his face? Eric Rowland gave me. I could try that. Hydro PX, Rekieta told me to kill myself on his locals. He is a fag and we hate him. We hope he ends himself on the stream. I mean, I don't know if I told you to. It might have been a suggestion. I'm not sure. This is sweet tea. I should have filled it with liquor, but I didn't. All right, here we go. So I guess let's start with this Darrell Brooks thing, right? Where did this go? No, please purchase it. Hold on. Fucking hell. I hate when you can look at something on your phone, right? Or disable your ad blocker. I want to. How the fuck do I do that? This one? Oh, here we go. Refresh. There we go. I hate when you can look at something on your phone, but not on your computer. So this is a really, really short article, but it's critically important. Oh, the other thing. What the fuck? Was it lawful law? Of course it was. Why am I drinking diabetes? Well, because I have to support my stomach. Okay. After this show, I'm probably going to do a locals live stream tonight, just so everybody knows. That's probably going to happen. I just want to have full disclosure. Use archive, you retarded fat ass. Look, I don't know if people are archiving the Watertown Daily Times. I mean, I know it's a huge, really important thing, but maybe if you could have spelled archive right the first time, you cunt. All right, here we go. So Voice of the People, racism on full display at the Darrell Brooks trial. Finally, someone says it. We've all been thinking it. Darrell Brooks was just a black man beaten down by the white system. And I am finally fucking ready for it. I am ready that someone is saying it. Man. Whew. Hold on. Here we go. Wisconsin versus Darrell Brooks will go down as yet another trial in Wisconsin with a racist, unjust outcome. Racist, unjust outcome. Boom. Boom. Nailed it. And the fucking article right there. Because it's true, sister. Rest in power. Darrell Brooks' freedom. Justice was denied to Darrell Brooks repeatedly throughout the trial. And the outcome only solidified that we have a long way to go in our fight for justice in Wisconsin. Throughout the trial, the judge repeatedly cut off Mr. Brooks and refused to let him speak. Oh, did she? That's weird. I remember watching a 50 fucking minute monologue. 50 minutes straight of nonsense. But I'm white, so I interpreted it different. Wait, I'm black, so fuck. The judge went so far as to deny Mr. Brooks his right to call additional witnesses and to testify himself. Wait, it's not true. It's not accurate. Listen to how this stuff gets written, though. Listen to how this stuff gets written. This is how this stuff gets perpetrated. Propagated. Fuck. How it gets perpetrated is you sit in an SUV and drive over a group of people, but how it's propagated is they just write a fiction and put it in a paper. Let's see, here we go. Mr. Brooks's actions were completely justified given the way he has been treated the past year and throughout his life. What? Which actions? The one where he drove over a parade? Are those the actions we're talking about? Or are we talking about his actions in court? I'm not actually sure. Oh my God. What is this? I'm so uncomfortable in this picture. I am so uncomfortable about this. I don't know. It's such a confused feeling in my pants. Okay. All right, here we go. All right. The majority of the individuals who testified were white. They ganged up on him to spread lies, and the judge was complicit. Mr. Brooks, a black man, was repeatedly told by the judge to stop talking. Numerous times the judge talked over Mr. Brooks. Is this a satire website? Like, did I get had? Is this real? I mean, this looks real. Group effort gets stuck cat out of Watertown tree. I mean, this looks like a small town newspaper, right? This can't be right. Where are we? What section is this? Is in the news section? No. I just clicked on that. Laura Halbert, Watertown. I mean, I think this is real, though. Here we go. Numerous times the judge talked over Mr. Brooks, moved Mr. Brooks to another courtroom, and muted Mr. Brooks when she didn't like what he was saying. Did members of the jury receive any anti-bias training? No. Pumpkin tits. They don't do that. What are we talking about? Anti-bias training? How in the fuck? What are they going to do? Well, jury, right before this trial begins, we're going to send you through a critical race theory endorsed training program so you know how to approach this situation. Yeah, that's probably what happened. By the way, this is actually not far from a reality. This is actually not far from a reality. This shit, if they could implement this, they would do it tomorrow. They force lawyers to go through anti-bias training. We have a required amount of anti-bias hours to do continuing legal education on. So that's a real thing that already happens. If they could do it for juries, they would absolutely do that. Okay, here we go. Where were we? What about anti-racist training? Do the members of the jury understand the meaning of equity in our criminal justice system? Why wasn't Mr. Brooks allowed to argue for jury nullification? Bitch, no one gets to argue for jury nullification because, and let me explain this really quickly. I believe in jury nullification 100%. It is the inherent ability of a jury to reject a prosecution. That one jury member, any one juror, can reject a prosecution and mistrial it. All 12 jurors agreeing, that's not a mistrial. That's 12 not guilties. that nullifies the prosecution. And every jury has the power to do this. The reason jury nullification exists is conceptual, though. It's conceptual because no one gets to question the jury verdict when it's not guilty. The state does not get an appeal. There's no one who can come out and say, well, these jurors were biased. This is not her. They don't get to go after a jury verdict. So the jury has a practical ability to nullify any prosecution. Now, the reason that's critically important is because if a community, which a jury is a representation of a community, it's a microcosm of a macrocosm. If a community has decided that a law or its application are unjust, or even the application in this particular instance are unjust, if the weight of the communal feeling, when given the facts to review, is enough to convince all 12 jurors to not guilty verdict, even if the facts state that the person technically commit the crime, they can just say no. And that's important because unjust law can be counteracted by the will of the people. And what we get to over and over in our country, in the founding of it, and how the system works out, is that the will of the people actually does exist. And when it manifests, it's terrifying. Why do you think they're so scared of January 6th? Because on January 6th, the will of not very many people brought the most powerful group of fucking tyrants on the planet to their knees. Immediately, unapologetically. And the crackdown on the aftermath of that is a flex of power to counteract the little bug in the social conscious of the United States that, oh yeah, they belong to us. These processes belong to us. This power belongs to us. That's what scares them. That's why we're constantly pit against each other on fucking bullshit like abortion, on trans rights, on all this frivolous shit. When you get down to the real critical questions of our country, in do we have power or not? The real critical questions. Do we have power or not? By the way, that's not us asking that. That's Congress. That's the president. That's the judiciary. So jury nullification is this element where we go, you know what? Weed laws are fucking gay. These are stupid things. And I'm tired of prosecuting people for just having weed. I'm not talking about someone who has a bunch of weed in their hand, stabs the guy that didn't want to pay for it. I'm talking about you've got weed, you're walking around, cop pulls you over, prosecutes you. Community can say, you know what? We're tired of this shit. We're tired of cops doing this. No, done. We're not gonna let this happen. Or alternatively, someone's kid gets raped. That someone puts on a pair of brass knuckles, goes over to the rapist's house, and punches his dick off, and then feeds it to him, and then stomps on his skull until he's dead. And they go in there, and the facts show, yeah, he did this. Wasn't really self-defense or whatever. But they go, you know what? Yeah, we're fine with that. We're okay with that. Because, you know, I do it too. Jury nullification. Perfect. That's why it exists. When the collective will of the community is such that a prosecution is unjust, you get to have jury nullification. But here's why you can't argue it. Jury nullification is not a legal power of the jury. It is not based in law. There is no legal treatise that recognizes jury nullification as a valid exercise of law. In fact, jurors are commanded under law to determine facts and apply them to the law. That's it. That is their role. That is their authority. And it's critical that that remains their authority and their legal mandate, because when we get down to it, where does all state power derive from? State power derives from the people who give it to the state. All right? So let's wind all this up into a simple explanation. Without the state, with no government, in an anarchist environment, law is enforced. Well, there is no law, I guess. Rules, social mores, whatever, is enforced by the people, typically by the individual, but maybe by the community. If you get a couple homies to go with you, that's fine. That's the way to do it. When you submit that power to government, you go, we need you to protect us from monsters in our midst, but we are going to restrain the state from acting as vigilantes, because vigilantes don't always care about the facts. They get enough facts and they go after it. And they, but they don't have investigative power. They don't have all of the resources that the state can muster. So we go, we're going to give you this authority to investigate, to issue warrants, to arrest, to bring trial, and then ultimately to punish. All of those powers come from the people, because they could do all those things in an anarchy, but they give it to the state to do so. The exchange is that we say, but you have to follow these processes and these rules. And as you follow these processes and these rules, in the interest of fairness, we want you to apply this set of rules as strictly as possible. So jury nullification is not exercising the state authority to determine fact that's given to the jury. Determine fact and apply it to the law. That's how the jury does it. And jury nullification doesn't exist because it's not applying fact to law. If you apply fact to law, you come to the other conclusion. So we don't allow people to argue for jury nullification because that's not the state's mandate and it's not the jury's mandate. And I know some people don't like that. And I'm a little uncomfortable with not being able to do it, but that's the legal reasoning behind it. Because jury nullification is technically an unlawful act. Or I shouldn't say unlawful. It's an extra lawful act. It's outside of the law, which may be just. It may be correct, but it isn't within the rules. So no one gets to argue for jury nullification. That's why no one gets to argue for jury nullification. And in that context, it makes plenty of sense. Even if we would really want to tell a jury, like, you don't have to convict this guy at all. You don't have to do that. We don't want people doing that. No one's allowed to do it. It has nothing to do with him being black. It has everything to do with it just not being the way you get to do this. And by the way, one of the reasons, if we're going to get into it, that you're not allowed to argue jury nullification is because of whites in Mississippi in the past nullifying prosecutions of whites who did stuff to black people. I mean, because jury nullification has worked that way before. And similarly, we don't just want jury nullification from hood communities nullifying the prosecution of local drug lords because they either like them, they pay them off, whatever sort of thing. They terrorize the community, whatever it is. This is why we don't have these or why we don't argue for jury nullifications, because the interesting thing about jury nullification is it gets typically applied to protect a particular tribe. Tribalism makes jury nullification a very, very biased thing. So for this dumb bitch to be arguing for jury nullification in the context of a racially charged case is to not know and not understand the dangers that jury nullification has posed at various times of American jurisprudence. And we're not really there And it's not like a risk in this case, except the idea of maybe like a collective white guilt or something over Darrell Brooks. Oh, God. If we would have just paid him reparations, he wouldn't have had grounds to run over all those women and children. I guess. I guess that could happen. It didn't happen here, but it was actually a possibility, of course. I saw some people suggesting there might be like one white guilt holdout or whatever. But the reality is tribalism has been used with jury nullification several times in the past, and it's produced some outcomes that aren't reflective of justice. That's also not the purpose of jury nullification. Really, the purpose is this is an unjust prosecution in and of itself. Okay, there's my little tirade on jury nullification. Jenny D, 2003. I'm happy to be part of the 5,000 on locals. Have you said what the gift is? Is it whiskey glass? I have not said what the gift is. Once I get everything sorted, I will try and give you an update on what it is. Hopefully I'll have like a sample or something. Prep boy Rick, but it's not something that sucks. I want to point that out. I was talking to someone about what it was today. Someone who won't be getting one, who also has my confidence. And they said, that's going to be really expensive. And I said, yes, it's going to be really expensive. I did not leak it was a plushie. It's not a plushie. No, the plushies will be for sale when I get them made. But it's going to cost me quite a bit. But so what? Fucking cares, right? I wish it was a Baldo. That costs a whole lot. That costs, that would be a fortune. But yes, just as a final thing on that, there will be no, this is the only time you'll ever get this thing. And at 10,000, at the first 10,000 locals followers, there will be a different thing, a new different thing. But I think we've got a ways to go before we get to 10,000. So I have some time to plan it, but no. But I have not released what it is. Prep Boy Rick, shout out to my mom, fresh off a knee replacement that went fine. Prayers for recovery would be nice. Nick, home nurse shame me, please. Gotta take care of my mama. Oh, Prep Boy Rick, that's so cute. Home nurse shame you? Why? I mean, you've been living with your mom your entire life, I'm sure. Just never wanted to leave the house because that would mean that you were away from mommy for at least 5 seconds. And then she might stop liking you, you little pathetic cunt. But seriously, much well wishes and prayers for her quick recovery. Absolutely. Arden78 says, you have been had. This is a letter to the editor. All of the voice of the people section is. Okay. It's a letter to the editor. That doesn't make, that still makes it real. It still makes it real. I'm worried. I was worried it was satire. That's what I was worried about. Okay, here we go. Back to this. Wisconsin criminal laws were written by a racist, gerrymandered legislature. No. Jury nullification should be an option in every single court case involving a person of color. Wait, what? Who the fuck? Why? Wait, why don't white people get jury nullification? Why is this? Why? God damn it. This chick, Laura Halbert, I'm pretty sure is a Whoite also, but damn. I guess we learned nothing from what happened to George Floyd. 2 years later and nothing has changed. Racism is alive and well in and outside of the courtrooms of Wisconsin. It's time we look in the mirror and reflect on our white privilege. This is like, how many pronouns are even on this chick's bio? Like, how many of them? How long are we going to stay silent and let more black men fill our prisons due to our complicit racism? I wonder what she would rather have the black men filling. Fuck. I'm not even drunk yet. I'm not supposed to say stuff like that. Hold on. Let me make up for it. White silence is violence, and another black man will have to spend the rest of his life behind bars because of it. You know, maybe it might have been him driving over a parade. It might have been that did it, Laura. Just a thought, like that could be the cause of him spending the rest of his life in prison. I don't know. I didn't take history class or whatever, so I'm not sure. Oh, Jesus. I just... It's fucking people. These people are real. These people are actually real. This is what they do. Holy shit. Did the Rumble app just crash for like a whole bunch of people? I think it did. Okay. That's nice. That's nice. All right. So there's that. I saw that and I was like, this can't be real. This can't be real, but it is. It is. Someone actually went through and wrote that and they were serious about it, or at least presumably serious. If that's a satire, it would be one of the best satires I've ever seen. But it's not, I don't think. Well, fucking hell. With that, JSOR3 says, Rekieta Law, you should do the clip of the Nick Cruz judge chewing out the public defender. Stark difference to the Darrell Brooks judge. Oh, we're going to. We're going to. Yeah, a couple of conservative news sites have actually picked up on this letter. So Kanye called them out. There we go. Yeah, we're going to do the Nick Cruz clips in just a minute. I haven't watched them. I'm really looking forward to it. What the fuck? Here we go. Sir Salts a Lot says, hey, Nick, this should cover a 6-pack of Slim Fast and a song request for karaoke. It's by the Boo Radleys. I wish I was skinny. Fuck yeah. Okay. Let's move on then. Let's move on. Why is Locals so mean? They're so mean to me. So Apple devices, Locals just shit or Rumble just shit the bed on Apple devices. That's nice. That's lovely. Thank you. Oh, I'm wondering if I'm even might be on my browser can't even reach it. So if you guys are out there in Rumbletown, if you're still with me, great. That's fantastic. I can't even see my own stream, which means I can't see the Rumble rants coming in. Fucking hell. Well, we're still up on, I mean, many of you can still see this on Rumble. Just a second. I'm going to see if I can see it on my phone. I'll try and follow any super chats on the phone if possible. How much do you like Rumble? Well, right now they're kind of annoying. Yeah, my mobile Rumble is fucked. I'm glad it's working for you guys. I'm glad it's working for you guys. I like when I pull up my Rumble app, this is my page with all my videos, right? You can't see any because it doesn't have them. It doesn't have any videos at all. So that's cool. Here's the home page right now. So everything's fucking toast. But yeah, my well, we'll just keep going. We'll just keep going. I don't know what else to do. I don't have a Rumble chat. I'm very torn. I'm very torn on what to do with this. Cause like I wonder how many people are actually still able to watch. The Odyssey chat is still up. Yeah, Sneed Farmer, I see you. I see you over on Odyssey. Am I in France? I'm gay, but I'm not that gay. So, all right. Yeah, I desktop is fine. It's not fine for me though. My desktop page is broken as fuck. So, well, we'll just keep going. Here's what I'm going to say to the people who are still on Rumble. The last Rumble rant I got was $25 from Arden78. I can't see any new stuff coming in. Please don't send any Rumble rants through Rumble. Please don't, because I can't see them and I don't want to miss them. All right. Talk to Odyssey. Have you ever tried Odyssey wants me to talk to them. Have you tried talking to yourselves? Oh my God. I can't even express how horrifying it is to talk to Odyssey. It's like talking to my uncles if they were in the KKK, but also massive fags. Like it would be that's what it would be like. Which is why I love you guys. Mobile Rumble site is A-okay. Not for me. Nothing works. Nothing works. All right, it's fine. We'll just keep going. We'll just keep going. Here's the beauty, guys. I don't even need the chats because locals exists. And Birch Gold exists. And I just got I got another sponsor today. We'll be doing ads for them soon. That's coming. Which is great. But another show sponsor today. It's almost like when I got canceled, I get to come back stronger. Remind me to send Keffels a card. Wait, I need someone with scissors and skills because I'm going to buy the best greeting card ever. But I'm only going to send 41% of it to Keffels. So I need someone who has precision cutting talent. That's what I fucking need. So if anybody out there wants to submit a resume and you can go, I can cut exactly 41% of this card just for you. That's what we'll do. Fromars, do you really want to be my assistant? What are you going to assist me with? What are you going to do? What are you even going to do? And Lucas will be used to getting cut, so it's not even a big deal. Is your new sponsor Baldo? God, oh, that'd be so funny. That'd be so funny. The link we got in mail for the live is broken. That's because I set it up in the wrong place. I think. Let's see if maybe if I just go to rumble.com. I think no Rumble's just having various issues. You'll do it for $1,000 in a blowy? That's going to cost me because I wouldn't do the blowjob. I'd have to outsource that. And I don't have an assistant. Oh my God. Okay, let's just keep going. All right. I'll keep trying. Rumble's on your casting. Well, I mean, Rumble's not on for me. They got to be working on. I'm spending too much time on this. Let's move on. By the way, guys, I shit on Ryan a lot, even though Ryan has been such a bro and an employee, a fantastic employee for a year. Did you guys know Ryan? Ryan, the editor, a year working for me. I told him he couldn't do it. I said the hardest part when I was talking to him on the phone, I said the hardest part of working for me is me because I'm fucking irritating to work with. And here he is. And here he is. A year later, he's still around. So I'm going to publicly say it. Ryan gets an annual raise of at least 1%. At least 1%. But actually, I'm going to give him a raise of quite a bit more. So, because he's been good. He's been a good homie, a good bro. But if you ever send me a crying emoji again, I'll fucking kill you. Unironically and not in Minecraft. Okay, let's start pulling up these Cruz clips. So I got about like 30, 40 minutes of Cruz clips to go through. I think this will be fun. Rumble is back up. There it is. Oh, we got 1,000 watching. Yes. All 1,019 people. Why would we have ever wanted? Why would we have ever wanted more than that? Fuck me. So I assume people are going to be rejoining en masse. To everybody who rejoined, I have delayed doing anything important. I've delayed doing anything important until I was waiting for you guys. So, just so you know, we're back. People are, yeah, we're up to 3,000, and it's rolling up. It's ticking up like a fucking slot machine. Okay, that's good. Finally. So here we go. What's this shit? Okay. We'll just we'll get going. And so here's the first clip. Victim's grandpa hopes Parkland murderer burns in hell and has his ashes thrown in the trash. See, that just sounds funny to me. So I'm going to watch that one. Because Nicholas Cruz is a disgrace to the name Nicholas. He also spells it like a piece of garbage. Here we go. See what we got. Look at this guy. This guy looks fucking mad already. Oh, God. Oh, no sounds. Fuck. Hold on. I'll back it up to when he starts talking. Hold on. Fucking hell. I shared an article first, so I didn't have the audio on. I got it. Okay.
Parkland murderer. My name is David Robinovitz. I'm Alyssa Aladev's grandfather, and she was my friend. I thought about today somewhat a lot, and I realized I kind of came to a conclusion that you guys won for now, and basically we lost for now. But that's not going to.
Oh no, here it fucking comes. You guys won for now, meaning you didn't get the fucking death penalty. You didn't get the death penalty. Uh-oh.
Going to happen because Parkland murderer, there's going to come a day. It could be a week from now. It could be a month from now. It could be 40 years from now. You're going to die. When you die, it is my fondest hope that they take you and put and burn you and take your ashes and throw them in the garbage dump. You know why? Because garbage to garbage.
Oh, shit.
And at that time, Parkland murderer, it is my hope that you go somewhere to meet your maker of whatever it is. And Parkland murderer, I hope your maker sends you directly to hell to burn for the rest of your eternity.
And he's fucking done. Oh my. Wow. Yeah. There you go. Not the biggest proponent of Christ-like forgiveness. This is more in a, oh wait, wasn't his last name Zabinovitz or whatever? This sounds like an Old Testament kind of guy, which I think might be the case. I think maybe he's got a little bit of Judaism, Jewish justice locked in there. Jesus forgives, but I don't. Fuck you, Parkland murderer. Okay, what's this one? I don't know what this one is. I'm just going to watch. Like I said, I'm just going to steal Law and Crimes content tonight, and we'll talk about it. Because I think that's funny. Wait, well, here we go. Yeah. What the fuck is this? Nice. Okay, we'll do that in a minute. By the way, does anybody know CBDX? Does anybody know CBDX.com? They've wanted to sponsor the show forever, and they can actually sponsor the show now. So CBDX, I love you, I respect you, and I would love to do the sponsorship if you're still interested. Hit me up, guys. Okay, here we go. That's an unfortunate pause. That's an unfortunate pause in that dress. Cassie Marand. I do not consent to being called that name on Rumble. You should call me my true name on here. Just want to say thanks for sending in the locals fed today. It was great fun. Okay, True Anana Shabbat, Bad Pressure, Bad Cafe Care. How you doing? How you doing? And then Cat Zap says DePape is the victim. DePape being the gay lover of Pelosi's. Well, Pelosi's. I don't want to call him her husband because he's kind of a weirdo. Of Paul Pelosi. That kind of looks like you got to wonder what happened there, right? Like, how do you go from hollowing out Paul Pelosi to bashing him in the head with a hammer? Like, what course of events led from, just a nice, gentle ass fucking to a hammer situation? I'm not sure. Okay, so here's what I hope. Paul Pelosi, Nancy Pelosi are going to, this guy's being prosecuted, right? I think they already said that he's prosecuted. I hope he subpoenas those medical records and we find out about the anal tearing that had occurred, right? Don't you want that? Like, don't you need that to be the thing that happens? Like, to just, it's like, okay, you want to fuck with me? I'll fuck with you. Like, so it can all be exposed. There we go. That would be the one thing. That would be the first thing I would go for. Let's get those medical records and see where the other injuries are. Here we go.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Thank you, ma'am. You can put your hand down. Please state your full name for the record.
Natalie Hickson.
Okay, state. You may inquire.
Ms. Hickson, is there something you'd like to say on your brother's behalf?
Yes.
Please proceed.
Since your prefrontal cortex of your brain is not developed, I will keep this very simple for you.
He doesn't know what that is. He didn't go to class.
To your IQ of 83.
Oh, shit.
Just like you, I use Google and social media as well. I figured you could relate to that. According to Google, the definition of victim is a person harmed, injured, or killed as a result of a crime, accident, or other event or action. You are not a victim of anything. Again, according to Google, the definition of entitled is believing oneself to be inherently deserving of privileges or special treatment.
Okay.
This is who you are, entitled. Just an individual out.
83 IQ though, like the public school system is an embarrassment. We gotta get that out there. That's not good. That's not good. I need more liquor. Trying to get rid of this pot still Willet bottle. It's really not a great bottle of whiskey, except the bottle itself is really nice. But the quality of the liquor inside, and you always want a high quality liquor, if you know what I'm saying. The quality of the liquor inside is not fantastic. But I bought it for the bottle. Yeah, I know you can't teach IQ. I don't actually buy that. I think there are certain things, and I know it's not based on knowledge, but I think there are different things that impact IQ other than just you're born a specific IQ and you stay there forever. I really don't. I don't know if I buy that at all. All right, here we go.
For attention that can get it, whether it is good for bad, as long as you are in your spotlight. Well, that spotlight burns out tomorrow.
Tomorrow?
Nobody's going to remember your name or who you are or what you did, because after tomorrow, nobody cares about you or what is going to happen to you, because it ends. Since social media is so important to you, this came across my TikTok For You page. Sadly, I can't remember the fellow educator that this.
Wait, you're going to cite a TikTok thing for your page? All the TikTok For Your page shit I get is a bunch of hot chicks with bikinis on under like a loose shirt. I'm not complaining that much, but why do you get Nick Cruz shit? What the hell? What algorithm did you trip? How do they know?
This quote belongs to. But you are born looking like your parents, but when you die, You die looking like your decisions. My brother Chris, on February 14th, died a hero. Not just to our family, but to countless others of individuals that he touched. You, however, you will die as nothing because you are nothing.
Damn.
Thank you. The state would next call Mr. Thomas Hickson.
Okay.
Good morning. Nice to see you again. Please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Thank you, sir. You can put your hand down. Please state your full name for the record.
Thomas Emmanuel Hickson.
Please state. You may inquire.
Mr. Hickson, is there something that you'd like to say on behalf of your father, Mr. Christopher Hickson?
I would.
Please.
Treat, never, keep. 4 words that don't mean much to a lot of people.
Wait, what
But
did he
anyone
just
who's
say?
gone through any kind of basic firearms training understands
What? Hold on, I missed
these
that.
are the 4 to a lot. Treat, never, keep.
Treat,
4
never,
words
keep,
that don't
keep?
mean much to a lot of people. But anyone who's gone through any kind of basic firearms training understands that these are the 4 weapon safety rules. Treat every weapon as if it were loaded. Never point your weapon at anything you do not intend to shoot. Keep your finger straightened off the trigger until you're ready to fire. Keep your weapon on safe until you intend to fire. These delineate the intent to fire. It's pretty straightforward. You learn these when you were in JRPC on the marksmanship team. I know that because I was also a member of the JRPC marksmanship team when I was a student here in Broward County myself. So you knew that, you understood that. And the evidence of this case proved that you had intent to do what you did. A year ago in this very building, you told us that you had remorse for what you did. Well, where was your remorse when you saw my father injured and bleeding out on the floor and decided to shoot him for a 3rd time?
I mean, he has remorse now, not back
Your
then.
defense preyed on the idea of your humanity, yet you had none for those that you encountered on February 14th.
That's true.
You're not a disturbed or broken person. You're a person who fundamentally lacks character. You lacked gratitude for what you did have in life,
You lack discipline.
which is more than many others have. You lacked courage to seek whatever help you needed. You lacked the strength to ignore your misguided anger and channel it into something positive. And you lacked love, not only for yourself, but for those around you. Instead of seeking out a community to support you, you resorted to the lowest form of communication, violence. You sought out power and strength over others.
I've got to step in and interject. I don't like to stop a witness, a victim impact statement like this. But the lowest form of communication is not violence. It's actually TikTok, which the previous chick mentioned. Stop it. Let's get real here.
Ignoring that the strongest people are those who have a tribe behind them.
Wait, the Jews?
That's what people like my dad had that made them strong. They had people around them who supported them and built them up. What you did was weaken a family, a community, and generations of young adults by taking their strongest advocate out of their corner. You are, unfortunately, living proof that evil does exist in our world, and you've proven that you have nothing positive to contribute to society. You're not going to be a case study or provide some kind of breakthrough insight into the mind of a school shooter. You're instead going to be relegated to a name on a tombstone that no one ever visits. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Damn. Called out on that guy. Here, let me get the next one. I'm not sure that one wasn't super impactful. We found out that like a TikTok was how someone based their. I feel like if my relative died, I don't know that I'd quote TikTok. I'm just like, that's weird to me. It feels cheap. Does that feel weird to you guys? These glasses, though. These look like the glasses they put the Dahmer actor on. Yeah, where's David Hogg in this? Where's him? Wait, they don't even have a branding on? Okay, I can't do it. Wait, does David Hogg actually do this? What was he a victim of? What? David Hogg wasn't even there. To give credit to David Hogg, he got on his bike and rode to Parkland faster than the police got into Uvalde. So, I mean, I guess credit to him. But that's not why. He's like, I gotta get on the news. My dad told me this is happening. Is that what riding a bike looks like? I haven't done that in a while. Okay. Here we go.
In disadvantage towards what the legal system should protect and impart.
Is this Gloria from Modern Family? I gotta say, you gotta like that deep Colombian accent, right?
Justice.
Or is it Brazilian? I don't know.
Justice. Justice, Miss McNeil. Justice, Miss Curtis. Justice, Mrs. Shea. Justice. Leaving an open question if this, the worst mass shooting to go to trial, does not deserve the death penalty. What does? To encounter people like you who diminishes the senseless and violent crime committed by this killer,
Holy shit.
justifying
Hold on.
it by stating that he's
Look at the fucking. Okay. What is the prescription on those telescopes? Whoa. On a sunny day, her eyes must fucking cook immediately. What the hell is that? Oh my God. Her prescription is Hubble. Oh, Jesus. What was that? What was that show with the guy with like the super thick glasses? I can't, it's not even funny because I can't think of what that fucking show is. But man, those are. Oh. This chick can see the past in those glasses. Trailer Park Boys. Yeah, it's Trailer Park Boys. That's right. Oh my God. Oh my God. Yeah, thank you. We're gonna pull this up. I know we're not supposed to do this stuff to victims, but we are. Because, well, if you haven't figured, at the end of the day, I'm probably a bad person. But I need you, corporate's going to need you to answer the differences between this picture and this picture. They're the same picture. All right. There we go.
Mentally ill, broken, and brain damage. Showing more compassion, empathy, and humanizing him the way you all pejoratively to us and our killed loved ones during the whole trial,
Okay.
where we patiently, hurtfully,
Hello.
and with composure, we, the families, we, the victims' friends, we, the injured, contain ourselves to voice.
Why did they, real quick though, why did they stop on the one chick? Like, I don't get what she, this one? Like, why did they focus on her for the whole time? What was that purpose? Seems rude.
Our pain and outrage towards you all. Watching and listening day by day how embracing arms, note exchanges, signs of affection.
By the way, the fact that Nicholas Cruz isn't there, or not Nicholas Cruz, David Hogg isn't there right now means he's a fucking bitch. He is a fucking bitch. Why isn't he there? Oh, that's the lady's daughter? Okay. Why? So she lived. Did she lose a kid or did the daughter get shot and lived? Like, I don't know what's happening. But where the fuck is David Hogg? Where's that weird lesbian chick who shaved her head? Where are these people? Oh, that's right. They got their money. They got their time in the spotlight. The victims of Parkland, who weren't actually victims of Parkland. They were just liberal enough to grandstand and dance in the graves of their fucking classmates for money, for fame, for attention, to go around to every gun America or whatever it fucking is. Every single one of them. And they won't show up to sentencing. I can't imagine if my friends were fucking gunned down in school, you bet your ass I'd be at fucking sentencing. I'd shit in this motherfucker's mouth in court. Why would you not? What are you going to do? What more important thing do you have to do? Fuck these fucking cunts. These lying pieces of garbage. They never cared about any of their fucking classmates. They never had the trauma of any of this. It was all a fucking work. And I hate that. I hate that shit. It's a fucking work over and over and over again. Oh my classmates died. Didn't have friends. Clearly, it's David Hogg. Have you talked to any of these people? Where were they? Where are they?
It's like a sadist fetish towards the victimizer. And that is was all made by each one of you. You were delightful to do that. Shameful, despicable behavior by you people, stating loud and clear that killing is not an aggravating factor. Then what it is? We need more to hear from real, honest, and honest people. Mitigating factors. did not exist. You understand that? You built it. Evil is in his system, meaning your system. Simple as that.
There's actually a 40-second clip played at
Imposing
half
fear
speed.
to control the jury's decision toward phrases such as courage over comfort. Do you remember that, Miss McNeil, when you were wearing white, giving your closing arguments? Huh?
Oh, shit.
Wake up at night.
She just called, I think, this chick out for wearing white during closing arguments. He's like, hey, why the fuck did you do that? It's rude. CN says, spending the night in the hospital with the wife. Had a son on 9/9. And now she got a hysterectomy. Endometriosis is the worst. But here's to narcotics. Love your rackets. Hey, brother. This is a tough one. This is a really tough one. Here, fuck this for a second. This is a tough one. Dude, this is a crossroads and a juncture in your life. Fate, circumstance, or God says one. Or I don't know if you have other kids, but this is the last one. This is the last one. A lot of times people choose this. For you, it was chosen. Which means you have the blessed opportunity to pour everything into what you have, into your offspring, into your progeny, to make them prepared to build the world you want to see for them. So do it, brother. Cheers to you. Cheers to your wife. Sorry to hear about your circumstance, but view it as an opportunity and love the ever-loving hell out of that kid and make them into a man worthy to be called your son. Cheers, brother. All right.
And hear your heart. Gave me the strength.
What the fuck
to
was
this
that?
Day where the universe grants me and us the opportunity to say what should have been said at certain times. It is not anger or revenge that put me in this position. I want you to listen very well. I am far beyond those feelings. I have emptiness, I have sadness, and I have grief. I am broken. I am broken. I am broken. I am broken. I am broken, and I am broken. And you are all in the same team because all of us now we are broken. Me, our family, and friends are shattered forever. But within all thoughts, one especially comes to mind at this moment. Karma.
Karma. Karma's a stripper name.
Karma.
If you jizz on her glasses, she can see your individual sperm. Oh, fuck. God damn it.
This is what you all will face for the rest of your miserable life because you are all a team. The fact of facing your children family members, and the society that surrounds you when you confronted with the question, you victimized and defended a child, an educator killer.
That's their job. They have to defend him.
You all. A school shooter. How about if someone like that comes to our school and kill us?
They have
That's
to
a
do
question
it.
that you gotta answer someday.
It's their fucking
You.
job.
Not me.
They have an ethical obligation to do their best.
Victimizing and pleading mercy for this defender, it's on you. On you. On you. Your sleepless nights.
Wait. Look at the prosecuting attorney's like, I mean, they kind of have to. It's not really their fault. They fucking got to work with these people. Can you calm down a little bit?
You. Your sleepless nights where you will hear your heart pounding will be filled with regrets because the only real victims were the ones he massacres, and karma will eventually catch up to you all. Now you, the defender, the killer.
Tequila.
The defense said, we dehumanize you. It is far from reality. You are a natural evil killer. I thought that the devil did not exist until death put us in front in this path. You had in your head enjoyment. Listen to me, defender. Enjoyment. While killing my son, Joaquin Oliver, and coming back to him to blow his brain out and splattering his blood all over.
Damn.
This is the recognition you wished for. Your living hell is about to get started. Your share of karma will bite you as well. Joaquin is the king. Joaquin is a legend for what he is and for what he will be. Nice, kind, humble. And you will remember every single day of your life about what Joaquin is. This is all I have to say.
Well,
right now.
fuck.
Let me add something else.
I just got a text during
Your
this.
boss,
I have to.
Mr. Wick says, the sentencing hearing is not only an accountability process, but there are also some cathartic pieces that come from it. So I thought that we were here to solve a problem, not to do a catharsis. Thank you, my honor.
Well, shit. That went,
Just give me 1 minute.
that stayed at 0 for a long time and then went straight to 100. With the, she was really hard to understand. Her accent was really thick, but man, I'm shocked she could stand up there and talk about her son's blood exploding all over the place. I don't I don't ever want to fucking find out, right? Like that's the parent's nightmare. Is you find out how these people feel. But I don't know if I could stand there and describe my kid's death that way. That's fucking tough. Ronan Sonic, why is she going at the lawyers? Does she not realize that they work for the state? He has a constitutional right to counsel and they have an ethical obligation. Why is the judge allowing this? It's sentencing. So I talked about this with Steve Gosney, who is a public defender. You know, and if it was in a different county, Steve would be working on this case, potentially. He's in Florida. He's a public defender. He has to defend people like this. Almost all rights that are recognized in a trial are rights of the defendant, because the state is coming after the defendant. And so we go, okay, we got to protect the defendant from the state to make sure that justice is served. Not some state activism, not some other thing, that justice is served. Since we got to do that, we got to protect their rights. One of the only places victims get rights, and it seems backwards because like you're the victim of a crime. After a conviction, so 12 jurors have decided, or a plea has been entered and a judgment has been rendered that a person is guilty of the criminal act. So now we've got definite victims. By definition, they're a victim. Remember in Kyle Rittenhouse, the judge didn't want to allow them to call the deceased victims because that would be prejudicial to Kyle, because they weren't victims of a crime. They weren't victims at all. They're actually perpetrators. They're monsters. But in this case, you know, these Parkland kids who got killed are victims of a horrific demon. But the only place that they get a right is when those victims get up after a conviction and say their piece. And the parents are victims here, right? You lose a kid, you lose a brother, you lose a father, you lose a sister, a mother, whatever it is. You're a victim. And so one person, maybe two people, but usually one person per deceased or per victimized person gets to speak. And that's the right. That's the right that's recognized. It's the only time you get it. That's why they get to do it. But you really don't trample on that right, because there's no prejudice that can happen to Nicholas Cruz. The judge is going to render the sentence. This is their chance to say what they need to say. So that's why the judge is allowing it, because why stop it? Okay, here we go. Here we go.
Good morning, Ms. Hickson.
There's a clip of the
Please raise
prosecutor
your right
explaining
hand.
this to the defense.
Do you solemnly swear or
We'll see.
affirm the
I'm going
testimony
through the
you're
clips
about
on
to
law
give
and
is the
crime.
truth, the whole truth,
We're just
and
going
nothing
through
but
all
the
of them
truth?
today.
I do.
Thank you. Please state your full name for the record.
Inez Maria Hickson.
Okay, state.
Ms. Hickson, is there something that you would like to say about Mr. Christopher Hickson?
Yes, there is.
Wait a minute. This guy, like this guy and her must be somehow connected. Probably at the penis.
Please go ahead.
Okay. Sorry. I've waited 4 years, 8 months, and 18 days to come forward and finally address everything that's been churning inside of me for a long time now. And I'm sure every family member here feels the same. But I admit that I've been a coward and I've hid from a lot of this for the last 4 years, 8 months, and 18 days. Because for me, I still struggle to this day to fathom. My mind cannot fully grasp how this could ever have happened. Because my story is a little bit different than everyone else's.
I'm
On
sorry.
February
That's a weird camera shot, though. That's a weird fucking camera shot. I don't know what to do with that. Very strange.
Different than everyone else's.
Why do they have a dick cam ready?
On February 14th, 2018,
They had a
was
dick cam ready.
deployed on a United States aircraft carrier off the coast of Iran. On February 14th, due to time change, I flew my usual flight, and I never got the chance to check my email.
Her fucking shoulders are broader than mine. God damn
As a
it.
standard procedure. By the time February 15th came around, and I read his email, I will never forget it. Babe, I'm on the way to the airport, but my dad didn't make it. He's dead. When I finally got the chance to call my husband off the ship, the first thing I said to him was, did they catch the car? Did they get the guy who got him, who ran him over? I didn't get a chance to read his previous emails that told me what had happened. My husband was at the airport at that time, making his way over to Florida from where he was stationed at the time. And when he told me what had happened, I collapsed to the floor. By the time I made it back to the United States, 4 days later, I entered my mother-in-law's house, and at the scene, I'll never be able to burn off my brain. That night, when I finally had a moment alone with my husband, and we had the chance to chat, there's another thing that I will never forget. And the thing that my husband said to me was, I just wish the killer had talked to my dad. I wish he had reached out to him, because my dad would have shown him the love that he so desperately needed. My dad.
Bruh, I hate to break it to you, but that's a monster. That's a monster. There's no love that's gonna fix that. That's a fucking monster. And we need to stop with this. Like, this is a brain trying to rationalize the actions of a horrific beast. Kind of like this. How the brain tries to rationalize Joe Biden touching a minor's tits while he kisses her. Like that. There are monsters out there, and you'll spend your life trying to fucking explain it and trying to figure it out and trying to defend it. But you can't. You can't do that. That's a monster. There was no saving it. Nicholas Cruz had every opportunity. It's not like this kid. These people don't all live in some sort of isolated hellhole where they have no access to love or whatever faggy emotion you want to attach to whatever thing that was going to change the way. Well, if just one more person had touched his dick, if just one more person had pet the back of his head, if that was the case, we could just send Joe Biden to every child. And none of them would be killers. This is a monster. He's a demon. For whatever reason there was no saving them. There's no saving him. There's prevention. And it sounds terrible. It sounds terrible. And some people may say it sounds like unchristian or whatever. Look, redemption happens after transgression. And redemption is for God. Like we may try and forgive people. We may try and find redemption. We may try and do that. But ultimately, that's something that happens later. It's not in our hands. There is no saving it on some of these people.
Would have given him the guidance and support that every other person failed to give him. And that's exactly who Chris Hickson was.
Why is there a dick cam?
Beyond everything that everyone has said, he would have given the shirt off his back. He was a courageous, loving, and wonderful man. And I never got the chance to tell him that. So I came up here today, not necessarily for me, but for Chris. And not just for Chris, but for all the other victims who deserve to know that they will be remembered. And that unfortunately, I'm not the only service member that has had to go through the loss and murder of a family member in recent years.
What is
due
that?
To the plague like him that are becoming a cancer in our country.
What does your service member status have to do with this?
As a service member, I took an oath to defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic. And to the defendant, that's exactly what I view you as, a domestic terrorist. And everyone that does these heinous acts like you, because again, as I said,
I hate to be pedantic, but what was his political motivation that he's trying to do?
Iran and defended everyone in this country through my service. I thought I was the one in danger, but it was my family being slain back home. I wish no peace for you. I wish nothing but pain. And I hope that every breath you take, you remember that that's a breath you stole. You stole Chris from us, but we will honor his memory every single day. So in a sense, you also gave us at least that gift. There's a lot more I wish I could say, but I can't even look at you right now. Thank you, Your Honor.
Don't ever think of yourself as a coward. Please, people handle things in different ways. You're a hero, and you have a beautiful family.
The fuck, Judge?
You all have made such an impression on this court.
Judge, shut up and let her talk and walk away.
I wish you the absolute best. You are very strong, very good people, and you've made a lasting impression on everyone, truly. And I thank you for your service and bravery, and your dad's as well.
Thank you, Your Honor.
I don't think anyone's waiting, so.
Okay. Well, that was weird. I don't think the judge should have been talking like that. I don't think the judge should have said that. That was strange to me. But okay. That one got, I don't know. Judge, it is victim impact statement. They get to talk, but just let them fucking talk. Like, just let them talk and then shut up and walk away. That's the way you do it. Flying Narwhal says, as someone who has had people they know die due to a legitimate terrorist attack, that was melodramatic. Yeah. It's just strange because, like, so terrorism is bandied about, and sure, what he did caused terror, but he didn't seem to have a political motivation for doing so. He's not trying to advance some message. And that's the definition of domestic terrorism. They have to be doing it for a purpose. All right, let's see what's next. Yeah, we'll get to the part where the judge goes after the defense attorney.
I heavily debated coming to court today to speak for a few reasons. I feel betrayed by our justice system. I've put myself in a very vulnerable position by coming in and sharing about my pain, which I'm very private about, and telling everybody how much I have suffered, which I tried to put aside to honor Elena's memory, and I feel it ended up accomplishing nothing here. My main reason, though, for not wanting to speak was that I didn't want to give you the opportunity to enjoy more of our family's suffering, which you've admitted that you wanted to see. This entire ordeal has pushed me to my emotional, physical, and mental limits. It will continue to do so for the rest of my life, even more so now that he has escaped being punished to the fullest extent of the law, as I believe he should have been, knowing he gets to live out the rest of his natural life, something Elena doesn't get to do because of his disgusting and violent actions on February 14th, 2018. He has escaped this punishment because a minority of the jury was given the power to overturn the majority decision,
Which is
made
proper.
by people who were able to see him for what he is, a remorseless monster who deserves no mercy.
Smash or pass on this guy, ladies.
He has admitted to knowing
look
that
at all
what
that.
he did, and described it in horrific detail. A person has to be incredibly sick to want to hurt another human being, even sicker to dwell on the desire and craft a plan, and unimaginably evil to execute that plan, which didn't just hurt people but ended lives. To add insult to murder, he was even arrogant enough to plan a disguise, believing that he would be able to escape his actions as my sister lay dying on a classroom floor, unable to escape his bullets. This incredible
All the other kids with the pumped up kicks, you better run, better run. I don't know. I probably shouldn't sing that. This one's 11 minutes long. I'm not sure I want to listen to that. I don't know. Let's go to the judge here. Let's see, what do we got here? Here we go. I've got 3 judge clips. That's what we're going to check out now. Judge Mommy going ham. Her tears aren't turning you on enough. Just kidding. Oh, does that mean they are? All right, here we go.
Under the law. And these victims now have a chance and a right to come in here and say what they're allowed to say and what they're legally allowed to say. What the defense is doing is illegal to try and curtail these victims' rights under the law, and it's unconscionable. These victims have a right to express themselves. I have not gone over what their statements are because under the law, under Chapter 960, they don't have to tell me what they're going to say. They can ask me if they need guidance, and I will provide it to them. But they have a right to address this court. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You can go ahead and call your next witness.
I just need to say that the defense is not attempting to curtail the limits of the sentencing proceeding or the rights that the victims' families have. We are not trying to do that. But the state attorney's office knows that what is happening here is beyond what this victim's families are constitutionally protected to do. You can say whatever you want to Mr. Cruz. You can attack him and say whatever you want. But your honor knows that what is happening here is not permissible.
Ms. McNeil.
She must be, I'm guessing this is I missed a lot. Well, look, I wasn't going to go through a 5-hour live stream to find it, but let me summarize what has happened here. I'm guessing this is when maybe the one chick from, with the heavy accent went after the defense attorneys, because going after the defense attorneys is a little bit much. I didn't skip the objection. Law and Crime didn't clip it. But you can't go after the defense attorneys because the defense attorneys are just doing their job. That's their role. So
Stop suggesting that I know that something is impermissible and that I am allowing it to happen. You're finished. I've heard your objection. It's noted. State, go ahead and call Ms. Ramsey.
Ms. Ann Ramsey, please.
that was it.
You know, Judge,
Wait. Oh, hey, this is the next video anyway, so let's just go with it.
I'm standing here and I see that Jeff Marcus jumped up really quickly. But no one jumped up when people were referring to karma acting in the universe. No one was jumping up when they were referring to the defense children. No one jumped up to try to tap down that rhetoric. That is the rhetoric that I'm talking about. That is what I'm trying to be very clear on. Jeff Marcus, the state, they can hide behind their arguments, but we all are witnessing what is occurring in this courtroom.
Which is myself. I'm a judge.
And
I understand that I'm in
Thank you,
charge
Judge.
of the decorum. And I feel that 99%.
What up, Judge? How you doing? What's your name? I gotta run to the bathroom, guys. So give me just a second. Should I play I'll play a song. I know everybody's gonna leave. I'm not leaving. The show is not over. I just have to pee because I'm drinking a lot of sweet tea. Do not leave. Don't leave. You fuckers, you're gonna leave. I know you are. Don't leave.
He drank a fair bit and then realized that his bladder can't handle the liquor inside, leaving us with his chair while he runs up the stairs, hoping the stream doesn't suddenly die. While we are waiting, we'll be laughing at you. The drinking along is what most of us do. The chat is united, getting excited. What you have for us when your being is through. When you have a small bladder and no sphincter control, freedom of liquor doesn't mean freedom from soaking your drawers. Now you're washing your hands and you realize that you've forgotten to scrub both the front and the back. Then you'll grab a quick bite, kiss your lady goodnight, and remember to thank her for all of the snacks. Whoa, water will cure your hangover. Oh, drink some when the stream is over. When you have small bladder and no sphincter control, freedom of liquor doesn't mean freedom from soaking your drawers. Soaking your drawers.
Okay. Okay. Wait, why did people show? How do we gain 1,500 viewers? I don't understand what just happened. Wait, so when
There is no meme. This is just a threat.
What the fuck are you doing, Ryan? What? Why is Rumble different? Why is Rumble so much different than YouTube? Okay, here we go. Here we go. Oh, fuck. It's muted. God damn it. He didn't say anything important. Fucking. Back to. Ooh, hey.
Forum, but for a few comments,
What's a butt for?
it's best to just move on as opposed to highlight them.
This is true, Judge, but I am witnessing a building of momentum. And I'm encouraging the court to direct the state to tap down on that momentum so it does not reoccur and it does not become a theme. Thank you, Judge.
Your Honor, for the record, the only thing the state has said to any of these witnesses when they get up is, would they like to say something on behalf of the victim they're representing? There's been no encouraging or inciting, as Mr. Weeks has put on this record. That is a blatant falsehood and a recreation of the record. As far as no objections being made, it's the defense that could have objected. It's not the state's duty to object to their own witnesses when they're testifying.
Okay. I listen, I've already heard. If you have anything else to say, you can put it in writing at a later time. I've heard from both sides more than once. That's going to be it. I've made my decision. Like I said, 99% of what's been testified to has been appropriate. I do not want to highlight the few things that were said that were perhaps not appropriate, and let's move on. You can have as many seconds as you want in writing, and you can put all of your objections in writing. They've been made multiple times from your chief assistant, from Ms. McNeil, and I don't want to hear anything else. I've already heard it. Is there something that has not already been argued?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, exactly what is it?
Judge, before Mr. Schachter took the podium and testified before this court, I wanted to reflect that both Mr. Marcus and Mr. Satz looked at the statement prior to the reading. And so their implicit adoption of what he was saying was improper arguments.
Okay, but what you are doing right now is highlighting something and making more of a spectacle. So if your office in general does not want to facilitate and or incite violence, then we need to just sit down and move on. That's it. There were 18 witnesses, 16 or 18 witnesses that testified today. There was nothing that was said until Ms. McNeil made her point made, and you know, we're moving on.
Made her point made?
Going to do anything about maybe stopping it from happening again.
When these people are upset about specific things that have gone on from that table, like shooting the middle finger up at this court and laughing and joking, Ms. McNeil, be quiet. When these people have sat in this courtroom and watched this behavior from that table, and they want to say that they're not happy about it, what is the problem?
Judge, I have no problem because I have thick skin. But once you bring in my children, I think that's highly improper.
I didn't even know you have children. I don't know what you're talking about. Your children? What about your children?
For them to comment on my children is highly improper. Before this court to allow that kind of testimony is also improper.
There was, I don't remember any comments about any children. And if there was,
they didn't comment about your children. They commented about the defense children, like the defense team's children. I'm thinking it was pretty general. I doubt they're like, well, little Terry and Tina, like, come on.
It obviously didn't, it came and went without me noticing it.
Judge, I can assure you that if they were talking about your children, you would definitely notice it.
You need to sit down right now. You're out of line.
Sit down, fatso.
In fact, you're excused. You need to go sit in the back with your chief public defender.
He's the public defender.
Mr. Weeks, please ask the lawyer from your office to go sit down and not say anything else. To try to threaten my children.
His lead public defender. Oh, what a bitch move though. What a bitch move by this guy though. His lead public defender.
And bring up my children is inappropriate. Go to the back of the room now.
He didn't really do that though. He didn't do
That
that.
just violated about every rule of professional responsibility
No,
that I have
no,
ever.
no.
I have never.
No.
If you're going to get up here and you're going to.
Judge, I asked you to go.
Well, I never. No, it did. Okay, look, the judge is right to remove that guy because he is being a petulant dummy. Okay, she's right, but he didn't violate a single fucking ethical rule at all there. He didn't threaten your kids. He didn't do anything. What he pointed out was that I heard them threaten my kids. And if you had heard them threaten your kids, you would have heard it. You didn't hear it because it wasn't your kids. He's right there. He's right. And then she fucking goes ballistic on him. She should have removed him because she had asked him not to say anything else. She had asked him to file his objections in writing. When the judge says that, your objection is on the record, and then you go ahead and you make your objection in writing. It sucks, but you got to suck that down. You've got to not be a petulant child about it. And when she says your chief public defender, be like, lead public defender. You need to stop. She lost, but now you're losing. Stop being a loser. Look, I have been yelled at by a judge in chambers. I've been yelled at by a judge in court. And you just sit there and you just sit there and wait for them to finish. And when they're finished, you then move the fuck on, because a judge who's mad is going to yell, and there's no benefit to you at the time for now. Depending on where you are in the trial, it might be beneficial to get the judge mad enough to hold you in contempt or whatever, get you thrown out, make a big fucking spectacle. You're at sentencing. You're at victim impact statements. Your job right now is to basically shut your mouth. You've got mandatory life without parole coming to this kid anyway. None of this has any impact. You sit there, you file your objections in writing. You've made your objections on the record. You go for your appellate points or whatever you're going to do, which isn't really going to work with this guy, but you need to fucking stop. And, yeah, I don't know. She needs to stop licking those lips though. Oh my goodness, Judge, what are you doing? Stop that. This is not the right internet channel for this.
Go sidebar on this matter.
You, sidebar or not, you don't have one of your assistant public defenders say something about my children?
Stop
Judge,
it.
the same venom that the court is expressing is the same venom that defense counsel had to sit through this entire morning when
She
their
brought
children
up her
were
children
being
multiple
referenced.
times during the trial. Nobody knows if I'm barren or not. They don't know
Judge.
about my children.
Judge.
Sit down.
Judge.
Nobody knows if I'm barren or not. Well, holy shit. I think we just learned the answer to that one. Fuck. Woo. Well, guys, I got good news for you. You may not have to put a second skin on that hot dog.
Sit down, Mr. Weeks.
Please do not summarily dismiss me.
I'm summarily dismissing
asking
you.
the
Go
court.
sit down.
I'm asking the court. I asked the court to go sidebar.
Go sit down. You don't threaten the
Judge,
court's children.
everyone
Your
in this
assistant just
courtroom-
did that. Go sit down.
No one in this courtroom had to endure what we had to
Go
endure.
sit down. Miss McNeil has.
This man actually, though, let's give some props to this guy. Level-headed comes up and tries to explain it. First of all, he would have said, Your Honor, no one threatened your kids. That's the point. No one threatened your kids. They threatened our kids. They threatened our children. They invoked our children. They didn't invoke yours. The previous guy getting dismissed was right because he was disobedient to a very direct and very reasonable point by the court. You got to say your thing. Well, this guy got to say the thing. The state responded. That's it. You don't get a rebuttal if the court doesn't grant you one. Now she's fucking off the rails. She's off the rails, and this is completely improper. Very, very inappropriate of the judge at this point. And that's been kind of a theme, I think, throughout this trial. And that was one of the criticisms of this judge, is that she's very, very young and maybe inexperienced and not ready for a trial like this. And when you're not ready for something, when you're inexperienced, what you need is a good advice, or a good advisor. You need someone who knows the facts. You need someone who has the information to help you out. And for us, really, that's the Birch Gold Group, birchgold.com/knows. Look, you may be inexperienced about gold, silver in your IRA, or just buying gold bars. What you can do is go to birchgold.com/knows, click on this green button. And when you do that, you just go ahead and you can get some free information about how to protect your assets, your IRA, your 401k with gold and silver. These guys are not about selling you a shitload of gold. These guys are about adding an appropriate level of hard physical assets, rock hard, solid, throbbing physical assets, to give you some protection from market volatility and inflation. Two things we know all about right now, and two things that gold and silver are resistant to. But what you can also do right now, apparently, Black Friday gold, you get a free gold bar with every $10,000 in precious metals purchased. There you go. Apparently, gold is a Black Friday deal. I didn't know this was a thing. I didn't know gold was sold at a discount. Fire sale prices from birchgoldgroup.com/knows. You can claim your eligibility here. I don't know anything about this. This is new. But yeah, you can check this out. Look into it for yourself. They haven't told me anything about that. What I know is this. Okay. Birch Gold endured several thousand jokes, many of them inappropriate, over the past month. And yeah, they're fantastic. They've re-upped their sponsorship of the show, despite all of the inappropriateness, despite all of the various Holocaust jokes and everything else that have happened. I tried to get them to stop. I tried, and I said, okay, we're just going to do it. We're going to go in on these jokes as fast as, as hard as possible, and see if they really mean what they say about free speech. They do. They mean it. They never said anything. Just said, hey, we want to do another month. All right. So, guys, I will endorse companies that support free speech and also have a product that is at least worth looking at. Birch Gold, no commitment. Go to the website. It's in the description if you need the link. You go to the website, you click on the thing. That's all they ask. They'll give you information. You do the rest. If it's worthwhile for you, put some gold and silver in your IRA like you would put it straight in that bussy. If it's not worthwhile for you, throw it out like the Thai lady boy that lied to you that it is. Won't bother me none. But giving it a shot really helps me out. So thank you to Birch Gold. Cheers, you beautiful, beautiful porn gold brothers.
Has made her children a spectacle more than once during this trial. That was her choice. You have absolutely no right to have one of your assistants come up here and suggest something about my children. Now, please go sit down.
Judge.
You're inappropriate and out of line. Go sit down.
Judge, may I have a brief recess?
No, go sit down.
May I have a brief recess so I can speak to my attorneys?
We're moving on with the sentencing, Mr.
So I
Weeks.
can have a brief recess?
No,
Thank you.
it's 1:36. Thank you.
Damn, judge got a little heated on that one. I actually think the judge really lost that encounter. What the fuck? I think she lost that encounter. I don't think that was good for her at all. Let's check this one out. This is the one. I think this had just happened right before. Earlier in the day, anyway. This is the last clip of this topic. And by the way, all of the ass posting in locals, I can't say I disapprove. Just please, no buttholes, no vaginas, and no phantom tits. Okay? Like, as long as we do that. Also, calm down, you fucking degenerates. Jesus Christ. It's like you've never seen an ass before.
Okay, exactly what is it?
Judge, before Mr. Schachter took the podium and testified before this court, I wanted to, the record should reflect that both Mr. Marcus and Mr. Satz looked at the statement prior to the reading. And so their implicit adoption of what he was saying, this improper arguments, the court should check.
Okay, but you are doing right now is highlighting something and making more of a spectacle. So if your office in general does not want to facilitate and or incite violence, then we need to just sit down and move on. That's it. There were 18 witnesses, 16 or 18 witnesses that testified today. There was nothing that was
It is
said
the same
until
fucking
Ms. McNeil
thing.
made her point made, and you know, we're moving on.
But is the court going to do anything about maybe stopping it from happening again?
Why doesn't, okay, fuck you, law and crime. God damn it. You know what? YouTube's a bunch of fucking cunts. Okay? YouTube's a bunch of fucking cunts because law and crime just did the thing you're not supposed to do. You're not supposed to post repeat content. This is the exact same content from the prior clip. The other clip just had more. That's all. It had the exact same shit in it. Law and crime will never get a strike for anything like that. Anyway, law and crime will never get fucking caught on that at all. And that's really fucking irritating because other people will get that shit. But that's the same clip. We're done. We're done with that topic. Okay, we've got one more topic left. One more topic left, and that's the COVID amnesty that I started the other day, but I really do want to finish it. USSJ for Broly. Super Saiyan 4 Broly. That never happened. Come on now. Also, you can't have USSJ 4. Like, let's get fucking nerdy on this. You have SSJ 4 or you have USSJ. USSJ was its own thing. Nick is a legit coomer. Dude, you have no idea. Of course I am. All right, here we go. Nick, single dad of 4 kids, full time. How do you even do that? They haven't seen their mom in 2 years. Could you give me a rundown on how I get legal full custody? Last thing I need is that meth addict to show up and try something. Okay. Yeah. Look, I'm not your lawyer. I can't give you legal advice. Okay. So this is just very, very general advice that I'm going to give you. When a parent is refusing to engage in their parenting time for 2 years, you can argue abandonment. You can argue that they have not shown an interest in the child. You can argue that they are not, they're not engaging in their child's life. And then further, you would make the argument that for them to see their mom in a particular state, like a meth state or something like that, would be prejudicial to the children, would be against the best interests of the children. And that after 2 years of complete inactivity, that the best interest of the child is to raise them yourself, unless, and you can throw a bone in there, like until she completes a treatment program. You say there's meth. If there's evidence of meth or conviction or something, you can say that she's just not equipped to handle this until there's a treatment program or something else. But what you really need is to get a family law lawyer in your state. You need to pay their retainer, and you're going to have to pay a lot probably for the case. And I'm sorry that that's how it goes, but you gotta do it. And you should. The other possibility, the other way to go about this would be if she has ever put the children in danger through her drug usage or whatever. You could move for a restraining order. Those tend to last in Minnesota. They would last 2 years at a time. You can renew them every 2 years. But when you do that, you have to have a present fear of harm to the children. And if she hasn't seen them in 2 years, that gets really hard to prove. But if you don't do the other route, but if she shows up high or whatever she does, she shows up and you're afraid that she'll harm the children, that's when you go for the restraining order at that point. But let me give you the final piece of practical advice. If you're going to invoke the state as a man going after parental rights against the mom, your house, and I don't mean your physical house, I mean your house, how you deal with those children, how you talk to their mom, better be fucking immaculate. It's not fair, but it better be fucking immaculate. You better not have a text out there saying, you stay away from them, you bitch. Don't come pick up your kids. Don't have any of that shit. Don't do that. That will fuck you in the end. And this is a message to all guys who are out there. I know you get heated at these fucking bitches. I know you think the system's unfair against you, but when you say, don't come pick up your kids, or you give some sort of threat or whatever, if you say that shit, you're damaging your case. Don't do it. Let her be a dumb thought on her fucking own. Let her fuck it up. Just log her fucking it up, because she will. She's a meth addict. She's not involved. She hadn't seen her kids in 2 years. Let her fuck it up. But my God, if you're out there and you're like, don't come pick up the kids, you're high, don't do this, don't do this, don't do this, dude, that shit's gonna come back and haunt you. So you can go for it. People are talking in the chat, 50 to 100K. No, not for something like this. You want to terminate parental rights on someone who hasn't seen their kids in 2 years and is a meth addict. If you have documentation of the meth, again, a conviction, something like that, 50 to 100K. No, 20K, probably. So, but anyway, I hope that helps. But dude, you got to talk to a family law attorney in your area. That's the only way you're going to get full on advice with specific state law involved. And it's really going to be factually dependent. I've only got what you've told me, but 2 years without seeing the kid, that's an abandonment argument, especially if she's on meth or if she's on state assistance, and it isn't going to be beneficial to the state to try and go after her for money. If she's super rich, good fucking luck. Doesn't sound like she is. Okay. All right. Let's do this last thing, the Atlantic article. Wrap up the show. Maybe go to locals. I don't know. Maybe I'll do a shirtless stream. Maybe I'll get my dick out. Since everybody's thirsty for sexual organs, I'm just kidding. Can't do that on locals. That'll be on my OnlyFans. Only $250 an hour. All right, here we go. I'm not going to Twitch tonight. I did a bunch of Twitch recently. I owe the locals some love. Let's declare a pandemic amnesty. We need to forgive one another for what we did and said when we were in the dark about COVID by Emily Oster. Here's their shitty art about this. I am going to no fucking tubing on locals. Don't even stop me. Huzzah, damn it. You got it. Stop it. This is very distracting. Very distracting. So I'm going to start this. I started this article the other day, but we're going to start over. We're going to start over. We're going to start it over. You got to weigh in before you can stream. You want me to get the fucking scale on stream? You want me to do that? I'll go get a fucking scale. Let's put it out on Twitter. I don't care if you are 300 pounds. I'll slap the shit out of you, fucker. Here we go. In April of 2020, with nothing else to do, my family took an enormous number of hikes. We all wore cloth masks that I had made myself. We had a family hand signal, which the person in the front would use if someone was approaching on the trail and we needed to put on our masks. Once, when another child got too close to my then 4-year-old son on a bridge, he yelled at her, "Social distancing!" These precautions were totally misguided. Yes. Yes, that was, but who fucking made the kids take those precautions? Who did that? It was you. It was you. And a whole shitload of us figured it out. But you couldn't. Why not? Why not? These precautions were totally misguided in April 2020. No one got the coronavirus from passing someone else hiking. No, and ever. Not in April 2020. No one ever did. And we all knew. We all knew immediately that would never happen. That didn't happen. The idea that it would happen was ludicrous. Oh, you passed someone hiking. Oh, well, clearly, if you pass someone hiking, well, then, you know, if that happened, then you're going to die from corona. Yeah, okay. Outdoor transmission was vanishingly rare. Not vanishingly rare. It just literally never fucking happened. It never happened. I want to see, do you know, you'd have to be fucking spitting in mouths personally to get someone to have corona passing them outside. You'd have to grab them, hold open their fucking bitch. You'd have to fucking literally do that. You're just walking by someone. It was never, ever going to happen. Our cloth masks made out of old bandanas wouldn't have done anything anyway. But the thing is, we didn't know. We all did. I've been reflecting on this lack of knowledge thanks to a class I'm co-teaching at Brown University. Well, maybe you should be taken to Browntown instead. We've spent several lectures reliving the first year of the pandemic, discussing the many important choices we had to make under conditions of tremendous uncertainty. You know what? No, hold on. Who is this? Emily fucking Oster. Let's see. She's posting a whole bunch of stuff. Okay, so here, let's pull this up. This is her list of articles for The Atlantic. I'm trying to figure out what this chick is on here. What? So don't make your own formula how parents should or should not manage the shortage. Okay, that's formula. Making policy is incredibly irrational right now. Incredibly irrational right now. Why must only the youngest children wear face coverings? Only the youngest children. Kids' last COVID policy makes no sense. Kids should face fewer restrictions than their parents, not more. Okay, I agree with this one. Universities need to catch up on the post-vaccine reality. Remote learning hurts students. Okay, I agree with this one. Post-vaccine, I'm not so sure about that. The COVID externalities have changed. This phase of the pandemic need not be about individual sacrifice. What's required now is merely communal common sense. What's safe for kids now? Parents need to hear from the CDC. Your unvaccinated kid is like a vaccinated grandma. Parents should bet on vacations with their kids this summer. What? I'm so fucking confused. Schools aren't super spreaders. Fears from the summer appear to have been overblown. Okay, yeah. Yes. Parents can't wait around forever. We need to know the facts about kids and COVID-19 now. Okay, so since July, she was asking questions at least. The just stay home message will backfire. We need less extreme and more nuanced recommendations for navigating life during the pandemic. The chart that reveals your kid's adult height, who cares? Why the C-section rate is so high. New evidence on pot during pregnancy. When parents try to do it all, they do it poorly. End the plague of secret parenting. Wait, where? Okay. So she only started writing about the pandemic fucking late, I guess. Here it is. All right, so that's who she is. Okay, I need to find who is this? Who is this? Images. If you guys have not figured out this thing yet, I judge women only by their appearances and nothing else. Nothing else. I do not judge women in any capacity other than by their appearance. Because frankly, that's the mature thing to do. And there you go. Look, I'm not saying anything about her advice or whatever. You guys can judge based on her appearance too. Because that's what we do. That's what we fucking do. All right. Let's get back to where we were. She is teaching at Brown University. What's her early life say? I don't care. We've spent several lectures reliving the first year of the pandemic. You feel judged? Good. Feel judged. But I'm fair. I judge positively based on positive appearances too. Stop it. Stop it. As a gay, I can say that I judge people based on their appearances harshly in both directions. We've spent several lectures reliving the first year of the pandemic, discussing the many important choices we had to make under conditions of tremendous uncertainty. CCRN 2311 says, fuck you, Nick. Hashtag free the cat. Not going to happen. Some of these choices turned out better than others. To take an example close to my own work, there's an emerging, if not universal, consensus that schools in the U.S. were closed for too long. Well, yes. A day was too long, you dummies. I hate public school, but what you did to kids was terrible. What you did to kids is fucking awful. Like you got them addicted to this fucking schooling thing that they had to do, and then you cut them off from it. That's cannot. Some of these choices turned out better than others. To take an example close to my own work, there's an emerging, if not, closed for too long. The health risks of in-school spread were relatively low, whereas the cost of students' well-being and educational progress were high. The latest figures on learning loss are alarming. but in spring and summer 2020, we only had glimmers of information. Reasonable people who cared about children and teachers advocated on both sides of the reopening debate. They were not. Nick, you were waffly in 2022. I was absolutely not waffly. What the fuck are you talking about? From the moment the pandemic started, I said all the lockdown shit was insane. Waffly over the vaccine? You mean when I gave a disclaimer saying, look, you know what? I'm not a doctor. I can't talk about the vaccine. YouTube made me say it every time. I literally had to say it every time. If you talked about the vaccine, you had to say, I'm not a doctor. I can't tell you what to do about the vaccine. I am not vaxxed. Not a single one of my children have been vaxxed. Lady Ragged's not vaxxed. None of us got vaccines because we're like, this is fucking bullshit. Forever. I couldn't say, you can't say it on YouTube. You can't say any of that shit. I tried to express that in the only way I can. You couldn't fucking say it. When I got COVID, the first thing I asked was, can I get some of them sweet, sweet antibodies pumped into me? And they said, no. And it's like, can I get ivermectin then? Can I get anything? Can I get anything to help? And my shit fucking garbage healthcare system, which is run all by the same thing. Everything in a 100-mile radius is owned by a place called Centricare. Every clinic, every hospital, they're all owned by the same racist fuckers that said if you're white, under 60, and you don't have fucking diabetes, then you can't get anything. No treatment. So I just lay there in bed for 10 days, shivering, in pain, coughing. I fucking hated it. I couldn't do anything because these racist, communist motherfuckers were like, white people don't get the treatment. I hated every second of that. But I've always been opposed to mandates, to lockdowns, to government enforcement of masks. Every single time I wanted people to be able to go to the store on their own. Nobody should be forced to be vaxxed on anything. I've said, I'm full of vaccines. I got all kinds of vaccines. Not COVID, not the flu. Fuck the flu vaccine. That's bullshit. And fuck COVID vaccines. Those are bullshit. TB, polio, MMRs, whatever. I'm fine with those. I don't really fucking care. All those things ever gave me was like a sore arm for a day. I have sore and I told them I'm black. They still didn't listen to me. I'm like, hey, yo, I need some of them antibodies. I need antibody up in his ass. That's what I need. And they didn't fucking listen. Kara, you got ivermectin in the mail. By the time I found an ivermectin hookup, I was like 7 days in. It was too late. It wouldn't have mattered at that point. But no, like, just to be fucking clear, one of the first things I did on COVID, content I did on COVID was on the kill stream, right? And I debated a guy over getting over the lockdowns because I don't know if people remember, but dumb motherfuckers on the right were in favor of the lockdown when Trump was in office. People were like, oh yeah, we got to lock people in their houses. Well, this COVID thing's going to be really bad. It doesn't matter how bad COVID was ever going to be. Locking people in their houses is fucking wrong. It's always been wrong. Meet me at the door. I'll bring my shotgun. Fuck you. Go away, feds. Fuck off, government. You don't get to keep me in my house. You don't get to do any of that shit. I'll make my choices every time. That was my first fucking debate on the issue. That was my first debate on the issue. My position has been consistent forever. And the first like real scary thing I saw, which I called out immediately, Andy Bashir in Kentucky locked that motherfucker in his house after a hospital said they did a COVID test and he might be positive, even though he and his wife never requested it, don't recall the test, never had information. Their lawyers checked their medical records, subpoenaed the medical records, and still couldn't get the test results that supposedly they had taken. But Andy Bashir posted police outside of his house and said, "Oh yeah, can't leave." When I was on that debate and I asked whatever fucking retarded person on the right, was it the Red Elephants guy? I don't know if it was the Red Elephants guy or it was someone else. Some fucking dumb loser on the right who said, and I said, "What do you do if the guy comes out of his house?" He goes, "Well, you shoot him." It's like, so you want the government to shoot a citizen because they might have COVID? It's like, yeah, we can't take the risk. What the fuck is wrong with you? Who the fuck are you people? So yeah, no, thank you. Any waffliness you may have seen on the vaccine from me was the fact that YouTube had my balls in a fucking vice. But they don't anymore. Fuck YouTube. Fuck COVID. Fuck the government. Fuck your vaccine. Fuck your doctors. Fuck your fake studies. Fuck your Pfizer paycheck. Pfizer, if you want to sponsor this show, though, I'll take some millions. Fuck your Merck. Fuck your Johnson & Johnson. Fuck all of it. Fuck everybody. Fuck you. You don't get to pump shit into me unless you get consent. And I never have and never would. And I would definitely not let those motherfuckers near my kids. I just realized I haven't gotten to say that much on this subject. But that's my opinion on it. Hard to remember that you're free sometimes. All right. All right. And by the way, to my homie in the locals chat there who sparked that little rant, no love lost, buddy. Of course. Of course. It was just my opportunity to get to say it. So, all right, back to this. Okay. The health risks of in-school spread were relatively low. Costs are alarming, blah, 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 blah. Reasonable people who cared about children and teachers advocated on both sides of reopening the debate. You didn't call them reasonable then. Stop pretending. Another example, when the vaccines came out, we lacked definitive data on the relative efficacies of Johnson & Johnson shot versus the mRNA options from Pfizer and Moderna. Keep your mRNA out my fucking mouth. Keep it the fuck out. Keep it the fuck out. Stay away from me. The mRNA vaccines have won out. Gee, I wonder why. Why did they do that? Was it efficacy? Really? Was it? Or was it the test of the mRNA? Was it that test that actually caused it to happen? Is that why it won out? Because they needed it to. Because of the next mRNA vaccine. Because of the next thing to change your fucking genetic code after the fact. But at the time, many people in public health were either neutral or expressed a Johnson & Johnson preference. This misstep wasn't nefarious. It was a result of uncertainty. To be fair, I don't want either of them. Fuck off. My man Ty got vaccinated. He mentioned on the stream a couple times because he had to make the business decision, he said, which I believe is not a slam on Ty. His clientele is older, typically speaking, and we're concerned about COVID, so they wanted to know that he's vaccinated. So he got vaccinated. Ty got COVID 3 fucking times. I got COVID once. Never again. I didn't go. I didn't douse my hands in hand sanitizer. I didn't wipe off the fucking grocery carts or whatever people doing. Gay, like sitting there doing all that shit. I didn't do any of that. Walked around, no mask, fuck everything. How did I not get COVID? Oh, because you don't just get COVID. It doesn't just happen. It's not like just floating around in the air. You up COVID. No, that's exceedingly rare, even indoors. You have to have someone breathing on your fucking face. I got COVID because I was babysitting one of my nephews who had COVID. His kid's like 2, and I had to pick him up, put him in his fucking like crib and stuff like that. We didn't know he had COVID when I was babysitting him. So he transmitted to me. That's how my family got COVID. We found out later. That's where our COVID contact was. That was the only one. Well, fuck. What do? You got a kid. No one knows they have COVID. Suddenly everybody's got COVID. There you go. You suck dirty dick. That's why you got COVID. No, that's why I got gonorrhea. Keep up. King KC44. I had to get the shot to keep my job. That was the lowest part of my life. Dude, I'm so fucking happy I never had to make that choice. And I don't condemn or judge anybody who did what they did to preserve their employment. A lot of people got put in a really fucking hard spot. It's really easy to say, oh, you could have done this, you could have done that, but I ain't paying your bills. I'm paying mine. And I didn't have to. All right. Next, what do we got here? Obviously, some people intended to mislead and made wildly irresponsible claims. Remember when the public health community had to spend a lot of time and resource urging Americans not to inject themselves with bleach? They didn't have to do that. Did anybody actually think that injecting themselves with bleach was going to cure your COVID? Did anybody actually? No. This is so fucking long. Oh, I fucking hate these people. No one had to do that. You dummy. Woman from me to you. Emily was her name, Oster. That wasn't people having to cure misstatement. That was opportunistic grifting against a political opponent. It's based on a lie, for one thing. For two, no one fucking believed it. No one fucking believed any of that. That was bad. Misinformation was and remains a huge problem. It is not. Misinformation is not a huge problem. Misinformation is not and has never been a huge problem. Misinformation is free fucking speech, baby. That's what it is. That's what it's always been. Misinformation is the freedom to be wrong because the wrong are often right. Not occasionally right. They're often right. Because who determines right from wrong? Somebody with power, someone with privilege. We hear this all the time in race discussions, constantly in gender discussions. You know where we never hear it? Public policy discussions. Oh, well, no one else could possibly be right while being wrong against a power structure. Only whites and only men. Fuck you. Fuck this shit. I'm so fucking tired of it. Every time we hear this shit, well, misinformation. The disapproved opinion is wrong and it's very dangerous. Yeah, the disapproved opinion is wrong and very dangerous all the time in these other places. But we get to borrow those narratives. This motherfucking bitch that we read earlier said Darrell Brooks was convicted over racism. That is misinformation or disinformation with the intent to raise racial animus in the community where racial animus caused a fucking a catastrophe. I didn't know what else to say. But that's what happened. Darrell Brooks's racial animus and racial prejudices against whites caused him to drive over a bunch of white people. I kept it out of the fucking discussion on the court case because it wasn't relevant to the legal issues in the courtroom. But let's not pretend that that wasn't what happened. It's all over his fucking Facebook page. It's all over his social media posts. It's rife in the aftermarket minority commentary. And I don't mean minority based on race. I mean minority based on opinion. The few people swinging from his fucking weird nutsack, still trying to defend his actions as just a poor, dumb black man, are insane. But it's real. And that bitch is trying to raise racial animus in a place where racial tensions are already fucking high. So high, in fact. Racial tensions in that area of Wisconsin are so high that a white Mexican mix shooting a white Jew, a white and a white is somehow racial violence. That's how fucked up our racial animus is in eastern Wisconsin. And this bitch is stirring the fucking pot on that. That's what she was referring to, by the way. The black not receiving justice or whatever. That's Kyle Rittenhouse. No black people involved. In fact, actually, no, that's a lie. There was one black guy involved. He assaulted Kyle Rittenhouse by kicking him in the face. Kyle shot and missed. I guess because it was night. Maybe he couldn't see him. I don't know. But that's the misinformation and disinformation. And here, let me wrap this up. That's not dangerous either. She has the same right to be wrong that we all have. Because when right and wrong become subjective because they're opinions or policy or whatever, of course you have the right to be wrong. Because given a little time, you may be correct. Most errors were made by people who were working in earnest for the good of society. I guess she doesn't understand the difference in definition. Of misinformation and disinformation. But misinformation is unwittingly spreading wrong information. Disinformation is doing it on purpose. Given the amount of uncertainty, almost every position was taken on every topic. And on every topic, someone was eventually proved right. And someone else was proved wrong. I want to go on record. I've never been proved wrong about a single COVID thing, ever. Fucking try me. Because my stance has always been principled on freedom, forever. That's the only stance that I've ever thought was acceptable. I don't care if COVID was Ebola that spread in 3 minutes. Do not lock people down. Don't do it. Freedom, baby. If I want to go out and risk Ebola, I get to risk it. The government never should ever keep me inside. The government never should ever force me to wear a mask or anything else. Fuck you. It's a sign from, or the line from Sueco. Fuck you. Maybe I don't want to be saved. Exactly. Fuck you. In some instances, the right people were right for the wrong reasons. In other instances, they had a prescient understanding of the available information. No, in many instances, it was just a principled resistance to government and authority, because principle resistances to government and authority are fucking critical. The people who got it right, for whatever reason, may want to gloat. The people who got it wrong, for whatever reason, may feel defensive and retrench into a position that doesn't accord with the facts. All of this gloating and defensiveness comes to gobble up a lot of social energy. No. The people who got it right, namely people who had a principled stance against government interference, No, they should gloat. You know why? Because that was always the right decision. That was always correct. Resist tyranny is to always be correct. And you should gloat, because until these people get that resistance to tyranny beat into their fucking skulls with a Pelosi pummeling hammer, they'll go right back to this every single time. Every fucking time. They're always going to go back. These people who are like, well, compliance was good this time. They'll be compliance is good next time. Here we go. All of this gloating and defensiveness continues to gobble up a lot of social energy and to drive the culture wars, especially on the internet. These discussions are heated, unpleasant, and ultimately unproductive. Wrong. Wait, do I have it? I think I have it. I think we've got it. Where is it?
Wrong.
Wrong. In the face of so much uncertainty, getting something right had a hefty element of luck. No, just simple, basic fucking principle. That's all it actually took. And similarly, getting something wrong wasn't a moral failing. No, it was. It was a moral failing. Every headphone user just died. Your heads just exploded like scanners. I blame Ryan. Ryan made the clip. You guys wonder why I fire that motherfucker all the time? That's why. It was a moral failing, but it's on the wrong morals that you're thinking. Government, authority is not ever acting in your best interest. When the government gets it right on your behalf, it is incidental and accidental. Government and authority always works to expand its own authority and power. Period. Always. It is never not true. This is why I'm against campaign finance laws. Oh, we don't want money in our elections because blah, 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 blah. Fuck you. Shut the fuck up. Stop it, dummy. You're giving in. Who passed campaign finance laws? Oh, McCain-Feingold, right? You trust John McCain to make elections more fair by restricting money in elections? Why would John McCain, the elected incumbent running for office, support something to make his unelection more fair? Notice after McCain-Feingold, where did he go? He stayed in office until he got into the fucking ground. These fucking people do not vote themselves out. They can't. They can't. Okay. Treating pandemic choices as a scorecard on which some people racked up more points than others is preventing us from moving forward. There is no moving forward. To quote Ayn Rand, there is no compromise with poison. And what the pro-vax, pro-lockdown community sold was poison. And oh my God, you fucking motherfuckers in the chat. There are 8,300 people watching now. We're only at 3,100 rumbles. I guess you guys don't like this show. I guess next time, I guess tomorrow, that's it. I've decided tomorrow We're going to do a review of the Farron and Bronca fight. And then the Farron and Bronca follow-up fight. And then the follow-up to the Farron and Bronca fight. We're going to review all those. If you don't pound that fucking plussy, do you think I'm going to finish? I'm not going to finish unless you pound it hard, you big fucking monster. Press the fucking plus. It's all I ask. It's all I ever ask of you, chat. One thing. One thing. And when you click it, then I'll get the feels and so will you. All right, here we go. We have to put these fights aside and declare a pandemic amnesty. We can leave out the willful. This is always the side of the loser. This is always the side of the fucking loser. Boom. Hit that plussy. Shove that thumbs up. That's right, baby. Get it. It's always the fucking loser who asks for your forgiveness, who asks for you to fucking stop. Please just stop. We can leave out the willful purveyors of actual misinformation. How can you? While forgiving the hard calls that people had no choice but to make with imperfect knowledge. Notice what she's done here. Well, everybody who said all the nice things, well, they can fucking go. They're fine. They're fine. Los Angeles County closed its beaches in summer of 2020. Ex post facto, this makes no more sense than my family's mass hiking trips. Not ex post facto. During fucking facto. Pre-facto. Anybody knew that closing a beach was gay and dumb. But we need to learn from our mistakes and let them go. You won't. With amnesty, you fucking dummies will never, ever learn. You'll never learn. We know you won't learn. Because you didn't learn the last time. You won't learn this time, and you won't learn the next time. We need to forgive the attacks too. Oh, yeah. Because I thought schools should reopen and argue that kids as a group were not at high risk. I was called a teacher killer and a genocidaire. It wasn't pleasant, but feelings were high. This is the only right thing you did, but no, don't forgive the attacks. Don't forgive the attacks. And I certainly don't need to dissect and rehash that time for the rest of my days. Never do. You don't have to rehash anything. You were right. You were right. But the real answer was not that schools should reopen. The real answer was schools should have never fucking closed. And everybody knew this. Moving on is crucial now because the pandemic created many problems that we still need to solve. Student test scores have shown historic declines, more so in math than in reading, and more so for students who were disadvantaged at the start. Again, if you think, like, if you're a believer in racial equality or whatever, or equity, the pandemic hit minorities really fucking hard. You know why? Because you know who actually really fucking hates blacks? Do you know who really hates black people? It's never changed. They want to convince you that it's changed. They want to rewrite history. They want to tell you that it's changed. The Democrat Party hates Negroes. They hate them. They fucking hate them. They hate everything about them. They don't want their communities to grow. They don't want their people to grow. They want to destroy black families. They did. They fucking ruined them. They ruined them. And then you know how they tried to fix it? You can just marry white people. It's fine, by the way. I don't care who marries who. But that was their solution. You think that helped black communities? Think Brown versus Board helped black communities? Oh, put them in the white schools. You know what happened to the black schools? By the way, this isn't talked about. When Brown v. Board passed, the black families who fought in Brown versus Board, they didn't want their kids in the white schools. They didn't actually want that. They wanted their kids to have the opportunity to go to the white schools. They wanted to keep them in black schools. But if like a family moved to a white neighborhood for whatever reason, they wanted them to be able to send their kid to a white school. That's all they asked for. Please give us the opportunity. And then forced integration occurred. And the black schools shut down. And the black teachers were universally fired. And suddenly, you had white teachers, 1965, trying to teach black students how their communities worked. They couldn't identify with these kids. And again, this is not 2022 white and black teachers. These are not teachers that have the same lived experience. This is 1965. This is a couple years ago when my family was protesting this, the police turned a fire hose on them. How do you identify with that, white lady? Well, my husband's a fireman. The black community got fucked by the Civil Rights Act in the short term. The black community got fucked by Brown versus Board in the short term. And they never asked for it. But Democrats don't like being shown that they're wrong. Remember, the Jim Crow is a Democrat policy. I don't know how the fuck to explain this. The Democrats implemented Jim Crow. Jim Crow was law. It's not like all the sandwich shops are like, oh, well, we just don't like those dark people. No. The government told them they didn't have to. Government told them not to. Government said, make a separate counter around back for the darks. Do that. They've always done that. All of that racial animus came from the Democrats. It still exists to this day. And the minority kids bore the brunt of their school policies because for years and years and years, the government has put black kids at the mercy of government more than any other demographic group because they paid off black single moms. They paid them a fortune, billions of taxpayer dollars diverted to black single moms to keep black men away. Drex hates German shepherds. This is why. To keep black men away from black kids. Because there used to be a category of black men who were actual good fathers. And that was really scary to Democrats. And so they put those guys in jail and they separated them out generationally. They bred them out of existence by paying black women to keep men away. They did it. It's insane how fucking effective it was. It's crazy. It's crazy to me. But they did it. They've never apologized for it. In fact, they've defended it every step of the way. But so should we be surprised at all where more so for students who are disadvantaged at the start that this disproportionately affected them? Of course not. We should never be surprised by that. We need to collect data, experiment, and invest. Is high dosage tutoring more or less cost effective than in extended school years? Why have some states recovered faster than others? We should focus on questions like these because answering them is how we will help our children recover. Many people have neglected their health care over the past several years. Notably, routine vaccination rates for children for measles, pertussis, etc., are way down. Oh, you think sowing distrust amongst the government by pushing a bunch of bullshit onto people might cause them to distrust what exists and is fine? Huh. Rather than debating the role that messaging about COVID vaccines had in this decline. Wait, why? 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 Why not? Why not talk about this? We need to put all our energy into bringing these rates back up. Why would anybody listen to you fucking people ever again? You lied about everything. You lied about all of it. We need to put all our energy. Yeah. Pediatricians and public health officials will need to work together on community outreach, and politicians will need to consider school mandates. Wait, what? What are school mandates? What the fuck do you mean? What do you fucking mean by this? The standard saying is that those who forget history are doomed to repeat it, but dwelling on the mistakes of history can lead to a repetitive doom loop as well. Let's acknowledge that we made complicated choices in the face of deep uncertainty, and then try to work together to build back and move forward. No. No. I will not move forward in your direction. I will not. All right, let's see what we got here. I think this is the most appropriate meme of the day. Fuck. Can't expect God to do all the work. Okay. All right. I can't take this shit.
There is no meme. This is just a threat.
Stephen Lowell was kicked out of Yankee Tavern this weekend. I don't know who that is or where that is or what that means, but sounds good. Here's what I need.
I just need you to be black and a female.
That's right. That's right. The government can eat your ass. Bye. Don't give them that. Don't give that to the government. God damn it. Don't do it. Only let your loving partner eat that booty. All right. Let's here's what we got. We got some chats. Locals, Rumble, Odyssey chats. We've got unbreaded. We're going to do that in a minute. No Guard says the government telling me I can't leave my house is not a policy disagreement. It's a declaration of war. Credit to Michael Malice. He was the guy running for office that you had him on the show? Wait, I had this guy on the show? Fuck. What's his name? I don't remember that. Stephen Lowell. Oh, that's the Minnesota guy, right? Yeah. Okay, I did have that guy on the show. Okay. The guy's like, I don't know why I'm running for anything. He was a guy who said people may have to vote with bullets, which isn't actually what he said. He did not say people may have to vote with bullets. He said eventually people will vote with bullets, which is a big fucking difference. Okay. Swoop 1337. My dad's now terminal, given 3 to 5 at max, and my uncle won't live longer than a month. So yay me, fuck them. They also said, I implore you to differentiate between the 15 days to slow the spread and the lockdown, as well as the Fed's inability to lock down in the states it did. I will not. 15 days to slow the spread, 15 days of lockdown from the government. I'm sorry. 15 days was never true. The government was never going to relinquish that power, and I'm sorry to anybody who believed that they would. But it's not true. It was never true. I don't need to shame you. I'm not here to bust your fucking balls over believing them. People were scared. But giving the government 15 days of power over your life is giving them an eternity of power over your life, because there will always be another 15 days. There will always be another event that justifies their tyranny. No. Your rights and freedoms do not exist at the sufferance of a disease, because the disease could always be a lie. The threat, internal, external, well, people are just going to show up and they'll just blow up your building, could always be a lie. You will never know. You'll never know. But what I will say is this: your dad and your uncle are terminal, and that's heavy. It's very, very heavy. I recently had a very, very distant family member who is terminal, was given months to live, achieve a full and miraculous recovery. I will not say that is possible for your dad or your uncle. I don't know their conditions. I have no idea what it is. But what I will say is miraculous healing is always a possibility. Miraculous healing can often surprise us. But even when it doesn't, our punch cards all have an expiration date. And your dad and uncle, they may have more left to do on this planet. They may not. It doesn't matter. When their time comes, their time will come, just like yours and mine. But know that the time that they had was spent living the way that they wanted, not in service to anybody else, not at the sufferance of anybody else except whom they chose. And may we all have that fortune for the rest of our lives too. Cheers to them. Praying for miraculous recovery, my friend. All right, here we go. Let's, should we do this?
I'm bread!
It was on! Leave me alone! It was on! I had it on. All right, it's time. It is time. Time for the Daily Unbreaded. Let me find that page number. Yeah. 547. Oh, are we? That's close. That's close to the repeating pages. See where we're at. Fuck you. This is new. Okay, I think we need some help with this one. Energy. A doctor is just a witch in a coat. I'm going to turn off that echo. It's a bit much. Kill them to become most powerful. Kill every institution that offers you a deal. Don't pretend you're real. Kill every offer and every advertisement is the devil. Kill everyone who is civilized. Kill everyone who has a job or a role. Kill everyone who is trying to help you. Kill everyone who is next to you. Kill everyone who is selling you your favorite things on purpose. Kill everyone because they are alive. Kill everyone because they are obeying someone who is not you. Kill everyone for ignoring your thoughts. Kill everyone who is tamed by society. Kill everyone who is not already your hostage. Kill everyone who is not afraid of spontaneous combustion. Kill everyone who is smart. Kill everyone who is sane. Kill everyone who is rich. Kill everyone who is helpful. Kill everyone who is in a vehicle and parked near you. Kill everyone who keeps society in check. Kill all public servants. Kill all intellectuals. Kill all warriors. Kill all survivors. Kill all waitresses. Kill all priests. Kill all elderly. Kill all school children. Kill all family. Kill all teachers. Kill all store owners. Kill all CEOs and leaders. Kill your boss. Kill every boss. Kill my boss. Kill all bosses. Kill all that are in the way. Kill children to forgive yourself. Kill all entertainers. Kill all musicians. Kill all athletes. Kill all my students. Seriously. Kill all my followers. Kill all my apostles. Kill all shares. Kill all hotel employees. Kill all restaurants. Kill all establishments. Kill all kiddos. Fuck you. Kill all Opal Gopal. Kill all his kids. Kill news persona. Kill newscasters. Kill role models and retired people. Kill everyone on the beach. Kill everyone with a website or social media account. Kill all historians. Kill all single women. Kill all my neighbors. Kill all your neighbors. Kill Jill. Kill a Khan. Kill Donkey Kong. Kill him. Kill Evan. Kill Ewan. Kill Jane E. Actually, kill the ghosts so they'll stay dead. Kill the boats coming over the horizon. Kill your dreams of Ellis Island. Kill the dream of personal liberty. Kill the dream of America. Kill the dream of Ellis Island. Kill the Statue of Liberty. Burn Liberty State Park, and by that I mean destroy all the flags. Make guacamole from the guts of a Guatemalan immigrant. Make guacamole from the guts of a Guatemalan immigrant. Hit a migrant worker with your car. Hit a nurse with a baseball ball. Hit a house cleaner at a hotel staff with a pocket knife and bounce. Hit an Asian family at a Martin Luther King statue. Hit an Asian family at a Martin Luther King statue. Hit an Asian family at a Martin Luther King statue. Hit an Asian family at a Martin Luther King statue. Hit an Asian family at a Martin Luther King statue. Hit a rugby team with a sniper rifle and tell them to play catch. Hit a lacrosse team with a machete and tell them to dance. Hit a Rasta with a lead pipe and tell them to speak English, motherfucker. Hit an African with a pistol and tell him to invest in lead. Hit a chink with a knife and make him apologize for COVID. Hit a passer with a car and hide him in a dumpster. Shoot all famous athletes. Shoot all famous athletes. Shoot every basketball player dead. Assassinate basketball players for having opinions. Tell those monkeys to die. Shoot all famous athletes. Make them into martyrs. Shoot all famous athletes. Make them into martyrs. Shoot all famous athletes. Make them bread. There we go. There we go. Damn. Whew. I love the people who peace out during and after the unbreaded. I love it. I fucking love it. There's never too much reverb, Ryan. Listen to the fun police here. All right, guys. We've got super chats. And then we're gonna wrap up. That's what we're gonna do. If you're someone who leaves at this point in the show, first of all, fuck you, but gently. Second of all, I love you. We'll see you tomorrow for the night show. There may be some daytime activity tomorrow. I'm not positive how that's going to go. I have a lunch meeting. There's a bunch more Cruz stuff to do. The Cruz sentencing is going to happen, so I might cover the Cruz sentence tomorrow. We know what it's going to be. We know what it's going to be. Life without parole because death penalty is done. But we may cover it anyway. See what happens. We'll see if there's any good, fun, crazy shit. Last ditch efforts by the defense to force a mistrial or whatever. I have a meeting with a state state representative here in Minnesota, and he wants some help on some other issue unrelated to his state representation, which is great. But what I am going to do instead, we'll do that, of course. But what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to mock the shit out of him for the accidental legalization of marijuana edibles. These little beautiful motherfuckers. Dummies. You accidentally legalized these. I can't take it. So I'm going to have to make fun of him. That's going to take up like 20 minutes of my meeting. But I'm going to do it anyway. So that'll be fun. Other than that, we'll see. It kind of depends on what the rest of my day's schedule looks like with the kids, but we'll figure it out. I would love to do like daytime locals or Twitch stream or something chill. There's gonna be some more daytime Rumble content coming very, very soon, but I need to here's the problem. A lot of the daytime Rumble stuff I do is 8 to 10 hours long, and I need to take some pauses between doing those because it's really, really stressful. Not on me. I could sit in front of a fucking camera all day, 24 hours a day, but it's really stressful on the rest of the people in my household. And that's something I have to try and manage and find a good balance on. And also not cash that check before a full trial. Right, because once there's a full trial, we need to be ready, and I need to not be in a rough spot there. Okay. Let's see. It's really stressful on his bladder. You have no idea how bad I have to go to the bathroom right now. All right, so here we go. Radicalized Ryan sent an Odyssey comet and an Odyssey coin. Thank you. Malik Foxon says, imagine being scolded by some bitch who can't even read the words on the page. She can't even speak. Then realizing no one's reacting, so she starts trying to act this out like the soaps she can't even see without those Hubble scopes on her face. Fuck that bitch for going after the folks doing their job. Mandy says, stop judging us like pieces of meat, Nick. No. What do you want me to judge you by, like your feelings or emotions or something? I'm not into that. Juan Ravka says, come. That sounds like the last text I got from Fudbusters. So I probably have to have him on the show soon. I gotta get Fudbusters back on, especially on Rumble here where we're free to talk about whatever. He's a good dude. I like him. But literally, last text he just sent, "Come. CUM." I was like, well, I mean, I guess. Yeah, we gotta have Brandon Herrera back on. Guys, I'm making a new push for Kyle Rittenhouse. Just give me some time. We're gonna make it happen if I can. I've got contacts who can get me in contact. We're going to try it. Ben SE, still working on building up my Rumble channel, The Gun Club, and I would really appreciate a shout out. Guys, check out The Gun Club on Rumble. It's really hard to get a start on Rumble unless you have an existing audience. So give them a check, guys. Check it out. Ryan PD911. Hey, Nick, I would like to sponsor the unbreaded segment. Also, I'd like to send you some perishable items. I just emailed you. Okay. I saw your email earlier. I just haven't responded yet. Fire PA. The truth is our health orgs are a joke and full of political ideologies over real scientists. Specifically, American Academy of Pediatrics has shown to be a bunch of ideological troons more concerned with canceling those they disagree with and the well-being of children. The decision to vaccinate is a personal one. Fuck their amnesty. Correct. And that's what I've always said. It is personal. I'm not here to tell anybody what to do. I didn't vaccinate me or anyone else and wouldn't. But I don't care what other people do. That's up to them. The Coltrane, they wish to cure us, but I say we are the cure. But not like the Cure the band. It'd be weird. Reform Convict. When are you having Barnes on Rumble? He's a stand-up dude. Has your back. Been putting you on with others. He shit on Hoag's simp ass in a clip I saw, and he loves the chat here. He has shouted us out before on his and Viva stream. Anonymous. Go by We Are Legion. Locals chat is forever. We are chat. Barnes needs to see us in our purest cult-like unbridled genius degeneracy. Shout a real OG. Barnes and Viva, who finally sees does exist. Guys, I love Barnes and Viva. Both of them. Absolutely. The only reason I have not, this is my failing, my personal failing, is I always feel like inviting people on my show is an imposition. And I know a lot of people don't see it that way, but I do. Because like people come on, they just give me their time, they give me their knowledge, they give me their expertise. And I still, like, it's 5 years. In a couple days, it's 5 years since I started doing this. And I still don't understand why a single person would come on this show. Like, I don't get it. Because like this is the same shit I've done my entire life. It's just now in front of a camera. And it shocks me to my core that people are like, no, I'll come on your show every time. So I will make it a point to invite Barnes on. Because look, I do this show really fucking late. It's kind of weird. It's really bawdy and raucous, which I love. But I feel bad doing that to... Damn it, Mandy. Don't you fucking Lincoln Park me in the middle of a discussion. I'll reach out to Barnes. It's been too long since he's been on. He has not been on since I've been on Rumble. I was on Viva's show on Rumble, but Barnes hasn't been here. We got to get him on. We'll get some good Barnes takes. And look, you don't need to tell me all of the things. I know all of these things. It's just still, when you're in it, it's fucking weird. Okay? When you're in it, you're like, maybe for me, it's weird. I don't know. I know I have a big show, I guess. Rumble's learning that I have a big show. I know I have a big show, but it's still strange to me because I still feel like it's the same show I did to 100 viewers or 200 viewers. Like I feel like, and there have been obviously some changes, equipment, and stuff like that, and style changes, but not really super intentional ones, just kind of a slow evolution. So I still feel like the guy broadcasting to 100 people. And so it still feels weird asking somebody on. That's all. And I can't explain it other than like when you're in it, it's so fucking different. It's so weird. Like when I was at Anime Matsuri, and there's a line like 100 people long for hours. I was like, this is fucking strange. And it shouldn't have been strange based on just numbers and stuff like that. It shouldn't have been, but it felt fucking weird. And I'm still in that like weird place. I hope I'm always in that place. I never want to be not at least a little bit humble, because I could be gone in a day. But that's the way I am. So, Ricky Hahn, I'll forgive the Koof tyrants when they learn to forgive those who mildly offend them. They never will. Blue-eyed Roof Korean Amnesty. How about no quarter will be given? We said never again at Nuremberg. Since you know the Constitution, can you look at Article 3, Section 3, explain why it's not reserved for the people? Let's see. Article 3 of the U.S. Constitution. Let's go to Section 3. What do we got? Section 3. Treason is a section. Treason against the United States shall consist only in levying war against them or in adhering to their enemies, giving them aid and comfort. No person shall be convicted of treason unless on the testimony of two witnesses to the same overt act or on confession in open court. Clause 2, the Congress shall have the power to declare the punishment of treason, but no attainder of treason shall work corruption of blood or forfeiture, except during the life of the person attainted. Okay, so what's the question? Why is it not reserved for the people? Well, because they decided that if the people would randomly determine what treason is, and why are you posting Alessandra Daddario in the chat? You better stop. If the people could just randomly decide treason, they would find treason everywhere, especially during times of war. And you know how we can prove that this is true? Because that treason and no attainder of blood plus requiring two witnesses, that went away during World War II. When the son of a German immigrant fled to Germany, snuck back on a German submarine, landed on the East Coast, and proceeded to try and do spy activities, but he lived in his father's house. There's no evidence that the father actually knew what had happened to his son, had known that his son was sympathetic to Germany. No evidence, no two witnesses, nothing other than the father housed the son who was a German agent. And he was convicted for treason against the Constitution. The reason we know that the people will fuck it up is because the courts, all the way to the Supreme Court, all fucked it up. And the Supreme Court said, yeah, this is fine. Explicitly against the Constitution. I wish I remembered the case. But yeah. All right. Anyway, Bladed Dragon 85. I found homeless Rekieta. I don't want to pull that up. Why would I pull this up? Why would you want me to do this? What is this shit? That's not me, you fucker. This is not me. I don't have face tattoos and I'd never be in gay ass San Francisco. God damn it. Music and fiction. Tom Bombadil needs an enema. SC Medic 71. Kind of proud of Natalie for getting her article published. Oh, come on. No. No. Oversoul says this Binger was trod upon by some white breeder who Binger should have been breeding instead of heating. The most banned queen. I had weird interactions with Keffels on Twitter tonight. Pretty sure their Twitter account got hacked. Getting messages from someone like that would only happen to me. Lol. Wait, what happened? What happened? Music and fiction. I think Rumble pissed off the French or the Brazilians, not sure. I see Medic 71. You think Nancy would have hired a better hitman for revenge after the DUI? Blue-eyed roof Korean. Nick revealed the actual sovereign citizen magic words to the audience who stuck around when Rumble crashed. I think this whole Pelosi thing is just a big misunderstanding. The Big Lebowski. Or like the Big Lebowski. Elephant. My husband told me a story today. Paul Pelosi plays gay Thor in the next compact thriller, Thor's Closet. Too soon. Yes. K. Campbell 48. Nick, can you cover the Delphi murder trial in March? Maybe. Maybe. Crusader Saracen says, not to excuse Cruz, but remember that bald Cuban commie bitch who was touring with David Hogg and disappeared real quick after she said, yeah, Cruz is a weirdo and we bullied him, but he deserved it. Yep. That's the lesbian I referred to earlier. Jesus Davila says, here's some cheddar for you, good sir. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus. Oversoul says, why does Cruz get treated better than the January 6th grandma who was just standing around? Because the January 6th grandma was a threat to the state. And here's the dark fucking secret. Nicholas Cruz empowers the state. He empowers the state. He puts fear in the people and they demand protection. Ola Kyle says, yes, it feels weird, but so is memorializing someone in the back of a 1999 Honda Civic. Minor Zircon, David Hogg is busy getting pegged at a reverse gangbang. He should have had biting pillows. If he would have sold biting pillows, he would have done fine. Mario Carter 13 still can't believe the jury convicted Darrell Brooks just for being Asian. Night of Hope. She still can't see this is a sad thing. She's leaning over to read. Helen Keller could see better than this lady. And if this lady needs to do funerals, we'd be laughing too hard to feel bad in 12 seconds. That was the glasses lady. Night of Hope. This porky faggot needs to have his children put on a treadmill before they turn into him. Night of Hope also says, I don't know. Would he pull this shit if he didn't think he was Morgan Freeman talking down as a superior Darko Archon of our society right now? I'm not sure he would. USSJ for Broly says, thank you. She's been told countless times she can come anytime ever to see them, but hasn't. She lost her other kids via CPS. Thank God I work remote. 2 are in diapers. God bless your family. Good luck, brother. Good luck. Good luck. Crusader says, by Allah, I do not even need to look up early life. I can just feel it. Viola Pride 14. I'm glad they were sent home. I got to watch what was being taught with the online school and 2 weeks later yanked my son out and have been homeschooling since. The only proper response. If you can do it. Mandy Karavichus. Quoting Linkin Park in my fucking chat. How dare you? Don't worry, Nick. All these corrupt retards in government are going to face consequences for their... Oh, who are we kidding? No, you're right. You're right. Night of Hope. That goes double for me. This depopulation program can go straight to hell. Not me, bitch boys. Crusader, what's this I hear about an exclusivity deal? I told you I'm not going to keep talking about it every day because when it's done, you'll know. Viola Pride 14. Pure blood here. Had COVID once. Everyone I know that is vaxxed has had it multiple times. Patriot Raccoon. I've never gotten COVID before or after being forced to get it for work as a licensed psychiatric technician in California. California gave us a month to find new employment or get the jab. It was BS. It was absolute fucking bullshit. Crusader says, how eloquent a whore can be when she lectures about chastity. PWH, did you see Sotomayor doesn't know the difference between de jure and de facto? Affirmative action and action. Sotomayor is objectively the dumbest justice maybe ever on the bench. And that's saying something. She is so fucking stupid. Literally stupid. Zinokov, come vote here in the softness poll. What the fuck is this? You fucking... Answer here. What is softer, Nick's stomach or Drex's eyes? Oh, God damn it. Oh, you fuckers. Oh, it's not working. I can't vote. I can't actually vote because I'm still banned. Fuck you guys. Salty One says, ever sucked so bad at class that you killed your teacher for failing you? These two psychos did. Oh, shit. Homicide, Iowa, Des Moines. There's a Des Moines. Shit. It's crazy. Okay. Swoop says, plot twist. Ted Cruz wasn't the Zodiac killer. Nancy is. He only ran and wanted to investigate her. Fag lover found out and wanted to expose. Xander's rants. I was playing D&D and the DM almost killed for the second time one of the other guys. And I had to save them. And I said to the DM, curse you, Fed Rudy. He was running the game. Oh, you were talking to Fed Rudy. What the fuck is this? What do you... God damn it. Hyper Shouta says Chad Dad stream win very soon. Actually, Doug Tenaple, my man Doug, he got his YouTube channel back, but it's 0 subscribers. And so I'm going to help him build up his channel. Hopefully I'm going to do an interview with Doug in the next few days. We'll see. Rumble username. Wow, there wasn't a single N-word on that whole page, just instructions to kill people. Also level, the whole page was caps except for the instructions regarding basketball players. Wonder why. He wanted those to matter. Rumble usernames says, Nick, I'm never clicking the plus again until you get a Chatterbait style electric anal plug linked to people clicking the plus. Shove it up your ass, do a whole stream with it in and on. I will not. I will not. USA Now sent a picture. Unvaxxed sperm, half price. Tuesdays, $2,500 a load. Bring a cup. Hyper shout out. Oh, so you need a camera to see it for you, Tubbs? Yes. I don't know what it is. USA Now sent this picture. These pictures take too fucking long. I'm going to start putting a price. We're going to put a grift price on pictures. We're not doing COVID anymore. 9/11 was Bush. Merrick Garland is not a good guy. Michelle Obama is a cadaver going. Bush killed JFK. Biden and Lula cheated their elections. Another Wahlburgers out of burgers. The Clintons are Satanists. The Nazis want to kill us all. I'm moving to Utah. Hyper Shouta, wasn't there some tomfoolery with jury intimidation? What, on Cruz? Maybe. Hyper shout. Wait, I just read that. Fucking hell. Sanders Rand says, Nick, I like the cat painting more. Can you show it? No. I can't stand up. I'm too fat. Whodunitry. She's not actually chewing out the defense. She's just seeing double cruises. Ben SC, I think she was speaking broken English. Oh, you think so? Ginger Ninja, she can personally confirm that Pluto should be classified as a planet. Roadflow 1804, want a sponsor? Here you go. You guys spending too much on gas? Download the Upside app and use the code 8FV4R and you'll receive 15 cents a gallon of gas off for your first gas up on top of what's already being offered. So what do you have to lose? Sign up today. Just download it in the App Store. The Upside app. EA Cowden says, Rekieta law, to err is human, to forgive is divine, but I'm not forgiving and that error ain't mine. USA Now sent a meme. Society. Oh, this is a good one. I guess I'll share this. Society, public health, Let's talk about Amnesty. Yep. Nailed it. Jeanette says, just in time for election next week as they prep to remove Rumble, so Crowder and others cannot stream and talk freely. We'll see if they do it. Hey, Mandy. Fuck you. That's all I'm going to say. Rude. Ginger Ninja, I'm having no issues on the app. On Android, get wrecked, Apple fags. Next, we've got Rumble usernames. Wait, not gonna to cut a neo vagina out of the card and smear blood and shit all over it. What if the neo vagina takes up 59% of the card? Nope, just 41% of the card. That's what we're gonna do. That's what we'll send. Jenat, I literally was typing a rant about how Rumble app is buggy, iOS, but I usually have success with Rumble on Safari via Safari, and then boom. Yeah, Rumble going down was really annoying. Hyper Shouter, you still have us, fatty. EA Cowden, Rekieta Law just looked up Watertown, Wisconsin's rich liberal lake town with a country club. Bennessee, just let the poor guy from Locals know that it was done out of love. That's why we offered him the lube first. It was a her. You bigot. Royal Plague says, I bet you are. Man breaks into Burger King and drinks gallons of deep frying oil. It's got my face on it. That's nice. That's good. And Ori B says, Rekieta Law, one of the best Locals communities. And Mario Kart 13, trust is like a mirror. You can't fix it if it's broke, but you can still see the crack in that motherfucker's reflection. Some gay pop star. Well, there you go. All right, guys. That's the end of the show. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm going to play the outro. I'm going to do a local stream in a little bit. Do a local stream in just a little bit after I go to the bathroom and all that stuff. We'll see you there. RekietaLaw.locals.com. Peace. Peace.
He drinks a fair bit, but you realize that it just helps get his noggin jogging along. With his glass by his side and his kids asleep tight, we'll hear some lost-plaining tonight. With his microphone muted, we'll laugh at this boomer until he explains it's all part of the plan. Watch his face become redder as he becomes meta, raging at idiots from Twitter and Erlang. From the white shores of Maine to the hills of Glenlivet, there's no one who explains the law better than Nick. So pour out a glass for the ones who have passed to make the law what we have now. Oh, his lady is fair, and she handles herself with the grace of one who has borne many children. As the wife of a lawman, she makes sure that he has the time and the place to provide for them there. So pour out an ardbeg, a bow, more of that rug. The spirits blow as the ones who get unemployed. So pour out a glass for the tea post on Twitter, as we hear lost-plaining tonight. From the white shores of Nam to the hills of Glenlivet, there's no one who explains the law better than Nick. So pour out a glass for the ones who have passed to make the law what we have now. Oh, the guests are all planet folks, from Doug T to Drexel. They bring their perspective and spice to the mix. But the reason we're here and the one that we cheer is the one who is showcasing us his career. From the white shores of Nairn to the hills of Glenlivet, there's no one who explains the thought better than Nick. So pour out a glass for the